Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists, episode 571. My name is Kyle.
My name is James.
And my name is Zach.
And we're here to talk about movies, movie lists, and movie obsession for the next hour or so. You guys look a little different this week.
Do we?
I mean, you
I
look
don't think
the
we
same.
do. I think we look normal. This is how we look like in real life.
Yeah.
But your backgrounds are...
The backgrounds are different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Behind me, I have 4 framed computer printouts of files off the internet.
Okay.
That's not what those are.
Those aren't?
No.
What are they?
They're IKEA things.
Okay.
They were like $1 each. Oh, I just kicked my camera.
I'm over at James's apartment.
Right. And we're playing with the cameras. So that probably looks better for 1 week only.
Because it wasn't worth it or what?
No, just because we're not doing this every week.
We're doing it. We're doing
A lot of setup for not a whole lot of payoff, I would say. Hey, they're not paying us.
I didn't mention them.
Yeah. Kyle, what's up with you? Where's your good camera?
Where's my good camera?
Yeah.
It's still here on my old MacBook Pro.
All right.
You know,
Fair enough.
if 10 or 30 people want to join Patreon, we can buy me a new camera.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We can definitely do that.
We missed you last week, Kyle.
Yeah, I missed you guys too. It wasn't working out for me to come last week. So instead of just showing up and not giving my 110% like that I normally do, I thought I would just store it for this week.
Oh, were you depressed? Is that the issue?
You know, thanks for asking, James, and recognizing
Sure.
what a concern it is for me.
Are you?
I don't know if
mocking
it's a
depression?
concern.
No, I'm
I
not
was just
mocking depression, but it comes across as I am.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a concern. I was just I was worried about you and your mental health.
Yeah,
But,
it's just,
if you want to mock me for that, fine.
every week I want to Cinereel it, but sometimes I got to Cinefake it.
Hey, I've been there 100%. Zach, have you ever Cinefaked it?
No.
No?
What does that mean?
What does Cinereel it mean? We've gone over this. Not a whole lot.
Cinefaking it is telling Zach how excited you are to watch Jerry and me and you and everyone we know again.
You've never told me that.
Then I'm bad at Cinefaking it.
Yeah. Let's jump into it. We got a big show today.
We do.
Let's jump into it.
Let's jump into it. We're gonna talk a new Marvel movie. This one is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And we're also going to play a new trivia game that Kyle devised and a surprise trivia game that I didn't know about until like a few hours ago, I think. No, you told us like a day or so ago.
No, he told us today.
Zach also created a trivia
As soon as I made it, I told you.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Zach got jealous that I made a new trivia game, so he was like, well, I could do one too.
No,
Sure.
I was inspired.
Okay. Zach was inspired.
Kyle, you inspire him.
Yeah.
He's speechless.
Well, I would say my inspiration really brings the room together.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know what that
Obviously,
means.
I'm getting all these hints about what his game is. I think I know.
You think you know.
I think I do
Okay.
know.
All right.
I think I do know.
Interesting. Can't wait. I love playing trivia games. Actually, I like putting together trivia games. I'm not sure I love playing trivia games, but
Yeah. I was going to say that's probably true.
we'll see. We'll see when we get there.
Do you know the best thing about my trivia game?
Well, I've never played it, so no.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now.
I don't know the best thing.
I can't win.
Well, you can if you wrote good trivia.
We are going to continue to jump right into it.
We are.
All right.
We're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Spoilers free and spoilers full. We're going to jump into that right after I remind you there's a video version. We've been talking a lot about video today. There's a video version if you want to see just how crystal clear Zach and I are.
I don't think you're in focus.
I think I am.
All right.
but I can't really.
How much like the normal crap I look on YouTube.
You look like you're on a green screen for some reason. Doesn't matter. Yeah, go to YouTube, search Cinereelists, find us there. You could also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Cinereelists. The biggest benefit of going there and supporting us is getting extra after show audio. We have another thing planned for the Patreon episode. Zach has this mysterious note he's been teasing to me for the last hour or so. He just got this note I'm not allowed to look at that we're going to discuss on Patreon. What do they call that in the movies when they like introduce a thing and then they won't tell you what it's about?
Like a MacGuffin.
It's a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
We're totally MacGuffining the Patreon episode right now. Can you hold up the note, Zach, so they shows we're not lying?
That's the note.
That's the note.
It all will be talked about on the Patreon. We need Scotty for this, though.
Okay. All right. We need Scotty. Speaking of Scotty, Scotty's going to join us for the trivia as the resident Paul Rudd expert. Somehow, Mr. is gonna. We need him for it. I don't know how. I don't know how. Only Kyle knows how. But we're gonna need him for it. And then you could also leave us an Apple Podcast review. We'd appreciate that. 5 stars only. Or you can send us a listener email to heyguys@cinereelists.com. We appreciate all emails, and we'll most likely discuss whatever you send us on the podcast. With that, let's jump into Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, right after this clip.
You're an interesting man. Scott Lang.
I don't know who you are, but you've made a big mistake, okay? I'm an Avenger. I've called the other Avengers.
You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?
What?
They all blur together after a while. You're not the one with the hammer.
That's Thor. We get confused a lot. Similar body types. Who are you?
That was Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. This is a 2023 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character. This movie was directed by Peyton Reed, and it stars Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Jonathan Majors, Catherine Newton, David Dastmalchian. What a name. David Dastmalchian, Katie O'Brien, William Jackson Harper, Bill Murray, Michelle Pfeiffer, Corey Stoll, and Michael Douglas. Amongst others, the official IMDb plot synopsis for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne, along with Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, explore the quantum realm where they interact with strange creatures and embark on an adventure that goes beyond the limits of what we thought was possible. A lot of names. Couldn't they have been like the Ant-Man family goes on a
Ant-Man family?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have saved us a lot of words.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have. A lot of Pims.
For sure. So yeah, we've seen the movie. I got to be honest. I saw the movie 2 weekends ago. 1 weekend ago. I saw it not the weekend we're in, but last weekend. Can barely remember anything about
Really?
Yeah.
it. That might let you know how I feel about it on some level.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't
Interesting.
remember a whole lot about it. I don't remember disliking it either, but I don't remember much about it. So hopefully you guys can refresh my memory with your salient points.
I have an overarching comment
Okay.
that I think will refresh your memory.
Hit us.
That is that this movie was incredibly similar to a Star Wars movie.
Oh, this was Star
There
Wars
were-
Episode 10 for sure.
There were many moments where I was like, this looks like a Star Wars movie. Like the costuming, everything looked like a Star
Yes.
Wars movie.
It felt very much like a ripoff of Star Wars,
Mhm.
which is funny because they own Star Wars.
Right.
But maybe because they own Star Wars, they're not worried about getting sued because of how close it is.
Sure.
Major plot points, characters, look and feel, cantina scenes,
Powers
just
that
general
characters had.
vibe. Yeah.
Even the music in the cantina scene felt Star Wars-y.
Yes.
Like they should have just put like, a big blue rhino guy playing the keyboard just as a joke to be like, wink, we know.
Just
this is Star Wars.
Have the cantina band kick in the minute they walk in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think at its very conception, someone said like, let's make a Marvel Star Wars film? Or did they just stumble into the tropes?
I don't think they know.
I don't think so either.
I don't think
they know that 3 people in Orlando, Florida, well, via Zoom, 2 people in Orlando, Florida, and one not.
Look behind James.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
They know.
Topical.
They knew. I don't think, they gotta know though. If all 3 of us had the same feeling, you're telling me nobody that screened this movie ahead of time said, isn't this a little like Star Wars?
Yeah.
And
it had to.
We're definitely not the only people that have this feeling. I've seen other reviews and comments about the Star Wars nature of this movie.
Sure. So the question is that a good thing or a bad thing? You haven't said yet, Zach.
Oh, I don't care about Star Wars that much, so it's a neutral thing to me.
Okay. Kyle, you like Star Wars, so
Yeah, I thought it was
do you care?
fun. Like it was kind of interesting seeing, at least at the beginning, a Marvel movie in a Star Wars universe. But then after a while, it just kind of was like, nah, it was fine.
Sure. I didn't really have a problem with it other than it being distracting.
It was distracting.
Especially the cantina scene. The cantina scene and the scene where they're kind of like in the open plain desert area. And
Yep. I mean, Tatooine.
what's her name? The mother character,
Michelle Pfeiffer,
was like, was talking to people, and I was just like, this is Tatooine. It was it was a little distracting.
You could probably make a list with 40 different connective tissues between it and Star Wars.
Possibly. Yeah. Okay.
I have more thoughts, but basically if you
That's the gist of it.
if you want a fun little Star Wars,
side mission,
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That's what this
Mm.
is. Fun the right word to use?
So, I do have some issues with the film that are pretty fundamental.
Okay.
Now, the Marvel machine moves on, and so it's hard to make a movie that's not enjoyable to watch. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it wasn't a chore, but there's some pretty fundamental issues I had with this. One being that the bad guy in this, which I guess we'll talk about in spoilers, the big baddie.
I think they say his name in the trailer. I think we can say his name.
Relatively undefined.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like,
you mean before this movie?
No, in this movie. I felt like his power set, what he's capable of, what his background, all of those things are just not given to us at all. They rely a little bit on watching a TV show in order to have all that in the bank of your knowledge.
I disagree.
I felt like I didn't know what he was capable of.
Okay.
Like if you're physically looking at him, what can he do to you? And what do you do to defend against that? I didn't know. I just knew he could kind of do anything he wanted, and you couldn't stop him. But like, I feel like he has some sort of power set, and I want to know what that is. And it just seemed ill-defined. I don't know where he came from. I don't know why he's able to do what he can do.
Sure.
Do you know all these things from the movie?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know. I know the answers to some of those things that we can probably get into in spoilers, and I think the movie does open up to the idea that you're not going to know until you know exactly the limits of his powers.
Another problem I had with the movie is exactly that. We spend 65% of the movie listening to Michelle Pfeiffer saying, "I'll tell you later."
Oh, yes.
It like the whole movie's supposed to be this mystery box for half the film, and it's just like you're just walking. Just tell them now in case you die, and they need to know this info.
Sure.
And it's just kind of like, I get the tension and drama of reasons for like, story arcing it and piecing it out to us, but like it gets a little old, you kind of just want to know. Like if Michelle Pfeiffer went to the camera and was like, "Psh, come here," and like whispered to us and then didn't tell them, I'd be fine with that.
Well, that'd be pretty meta if they
bold.
did that.
Yeah, it'd be bold
for sure. I mean, this is one of the few Marvel movies that has an inner dialogue of a character talking to the audience. Like Scott Lang, like literally talks to the audience, not on camera. You see him living life, but like there's a narration from the top line character. I can't think of another Marvel movie that does that.
The other thing I want to say, and obviously you guys haven't said anything yet, so I'll let you do that. I don't know if it was a problem with my projection or not. And so I want to know if you guys saw this at all.
Okay.
Especially when they're in the real world, not the quantum world. When they're in the real world, it really seemed like there were some issues with the Panavision. Like it seemed like everything was compressed horizontally, like everyone was too skinny.
I'd never
Did
noticed
you guys notice that at all?
Not at all.
I didn't
no.
notice that at all on my end.
Okay. I found it incredibly distracting. Anytime they're in the real world, it looked like, you know how like people, you know, they shoot in like the way that's actually on the film is like disproportionate, and then they like resize it when they print.
Yeah.
You know, anamorphic. Anamorphic is the word I'm
Sure.
looking for. It looked like there's something messed up with the anamorphic filming or the anamorphic projection. I couldn't tell which, obviously, but
Sure.
it was distracting to me.
That's that is not the experience I had for sure. It looked totally normal. Not only did it look totally normal, but this is the first movie I've ever seen in IMAX laser projection.
Oh,
And that looked amazing.
really?
Yes. Like it was so clear, but not in a HDR or HFR kind of way. It was just clear and bright and like a flawless picture. Unfortunately, the theater that I go to has normal stadium seating for their IMAX. And then they have a Dolby theater, which has like Dolby surround with nice comfy chairs and stuff like that. So why would you ever choose IMAX over Dolby? Because the IMAX screen isn't like true IMAX, not like the 45 foot or however big the actual IMAX is. But if they could put the laser IMAX projection in the Dolby theater, that would be the perfect combo for me. But anyway, the movie looked amazing, but almost the entire movie is green screen, right? And the green screen's good. They look like they're in the environment for the most part. It's fine. I believe they were there on some level. But it's just so much CG. It's like the old saying, like, too much of a good thing, or I don't know what. Too much of a good thing. What's the word? How do they say it? What's the
Yes, too much of a good
saying?
thing.
Just too much of a
That's all
good
it is,
thing.
yeah.
That's what I said. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Too much of or okay, if everything's special, nothing's special. And that's like the definition of this movie. There's just so much to look at and like space visual candy that none of it stood out to me as like particularly better than everything else they were showing you. So in my brain, 8 days out, 9 days out from when I've seen it, it's all just like, yeah, I remember it looking good, but I couldn't tell you a specific thing that looked good. It just all looked good. So I don't know. They should make it less good and then like only certain moments be good.
Yeah. There's no scene that was like, wow, I want to buy the DVD so I can rewatch that scene.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
There's no set piece scene.
Right. I mean, I'm like 9 days out. I don't even remember it. The only action sequence I can think of is the end. And when they like got sucked into the quantum realm. Like those are the two action sequences I can remember. I don't remember anything in the middle there as far as like set pieces that I could point to be like, oh yeah, that was particularly memorable to me. Kyle, you haven't chimed in yet. Hit us with your opinion.
Yeah, well, so I had never seen an Ant-Man movie until like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I took this as my opportunity to actually jump into the Ant-Man universe. Like I'd seen him in the Avengers movies, so I was aware of the character and all that, but never bothered seeing the first Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I was definitely missing this is not a pun, but the small scaleness of the first two Ant-Man movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one is almost inconsequential. they add a little Avengers scene in there to get him into the whole universe, but the movie kind of stands on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one has its moments. It's fine. It kind of feels like a setup to Endgame, but it still like is within the Ant-Man world. And then this one really felt like they were working their way backwards. Like we needed to introduce Kang. We introduce build on this whole quantum realm. That's going to be our new, like if we've got Doctor Strange is all in the multiverse, we're going to have Ant-Man or whatever. We're going to have the quantum realm will be our other thing. And then they worked backwards. They're like, well, who can we use? Well, we can't use Doctor Strange. We can't use Spider-Man. Okay, let's use Ant-Man of all people. Right. So I don't know. It seemed like a solution. We first have a solution. Now let's find a problem to get us there. And we can talk on spoilers. Like even how they get to the quantum realm just felt like random. Like we need to do something to get them there and then go from there. And
it was very Honey, I Shrunk the Kids-ish.
Right. It's like, oops, can't believe we did that.
Yeah, it's like it reminded me of kids movies from the 90s and late 80s where it's just like, let's just come up with like a very silly way to get us into the story and not really think too much about it.
And
yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I don't want like 30 minutes of how do they get to the quantum realm, but it seemed like there might have been a more creative answer than what they landed on.
Exactly. Of like, we're trapped here for whatever reason.
Right.
And then Zach, something you pointed out, which I completely agree with, is this whole movie is built on the fact that Michelle Pfeiffer's character, for whatever reason, didn't tell her family anything about her time in the quantum realm, that she was there for 30 years. And like, you could imagine they're like, hey, what was it like down there? She goes, oh, it was fine. And like, can you tell us anything else?
Yeah.
No, nothing of note happens while I was down there.
There's no reason that she did not tell them.
Right. Like
the only reason that you could possibly posit is that she was traumatized, but she was not traumatized because as soon as she's put back in the situation, she handled everything great.
Oh, everyone, they recognize her and they're talking to her and
there's no trauma.
Right. Yeah. I mean, for the other characters, they're like, who are you? What's going on here? But it's so that just seems silly that it was like, oh, by the way, all this stuff happened while I was gone for 30 years. I never told you about, but later in the movie, I'll tell you why it's important. So, yeah. So Kang, I'm a little familiar with from Loki, and we can talk more about Kang in spoilers. I just don't know if I care about Kang as the big bad guy. I don't really know what his motivation is, either him or kind of Marvel's purpose with Kang. I like Jonathan Majors. I think he is a good actor and a decent addition to this universe. But like Thanos, you can tell me what he was trying to do, right? We get kind of given little steps to like, here's his plan. And then we eventually got like his big reveal. And here, like they kind of dropped in Kang right away. And I'm not quite sure why. I don't know why we have him and why he's the bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why they went with the Thanos story in the beginning. I think probably they kind of naturally landed on that after, probably 5 years into the Marvel universe. They were like, oh, let's build up to Thanos.
Right.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
We've already had 1 or 2 Easter eggs with these gems. Seems like we could head in that direction. But they kind of took one of the best storylines Marvel's ever had and made that their first
their flagship story.
Their first cliffhanger. And I'm not sure there's too many universe-wide traditional Marvel comic stories that can match up to what the Thanos quest and the Thanos Infinity Gem story builds.
Is the Anti-Monitor, is that DC or Marvel?
Anti what?
Monitor?
I don't know.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh. Okay, I'm probably saying it wrong then.
Okay.
What was the one that like the equation of the universe, if you read it out loud, it would destroy everything?
I don't know.
That sounds like Douglas Adams.
No, I think it's like either in DC or Marvel, the biggest crisis ever in that universe. I must be saying it wrong. Is there a character named the Anti-Monitor?
I've never heard of that.
No
but
idea.
That doesn't mean there isn't. I have no clue. There's definitely like Crisis on Infinite Earth, which I think is a DC thing.
It's DC.
Okay.
Is it called Anti-Monitor?
Anti-Monitor, yeah.
Never heard of that.
And that's Crisis on Infinite Earth? related
That
to
is DC, and I'm sure it's Crisis.
Okay. I've never read any of those, but
Okay.
I could see it being that. No, but like with Thanos, one, he doesn't have powers either, but he's a big, humongous purple dude, right? Big, muscular, scary purple dude.
And he's collecting power, which makes sense.
Right. Yeah, he's collecting power, and you're able to like tap his story into all these other stories without it being too intrusive, because it's just a gem that's like on screen that nobody knows anything about. But you as a Marvel fan at home are like, ooh, it's all leading up to Thanos without having to take over entire movies to lead up to it. Whereas with whoever the next big bad is, and we definitely see it with Kang in this one, you have to give him more of the story in the individual movies for people to care about him. And I think broadly, without spoilers, I think they did that for me in this, where like I'm now interested in learning the answers to some of the questions I have, or figuring out why certain things are so important and other things aren't, about how people deal with Kang. The part of it that I'm less interested in is all the multiverse stuff. Like, why are we getting to know this Kang?
Yes, that.
And you also have this other story where like there's all these other Kangs, and why is this the one we're choosing to follow in this movie? And is it even going to matter in the long run? I probably will, because why would they spend so much time on it? But it just seems the multiverse stuff it feels like less of like a 10 movie arc and more of like a 3 movie arc, because the 10 movie arc, by the end of it, what's it gonna matter? You know what I mean? I don't know. You got this is probably too spoilery, so I won't say it. We'll go into the Kang stuff.
I think we need to, yeah. I was kind of trying to avoid that, but that is my question. Why do I care about this Kang? And why do I care about Kang at all as a entity across the multiverse?
Right.
Yeah.
I think they gave me a reason to think about this Kang and be interested in all those questions that it raised. But I'm not sure it did enough for me to be like, I sure hope I get more questions in the next movie.
And to be honest, Kyle, you saw these more recently, right? So you saw when the Ant-Man went to the quantum realm in another film, right?
He goes there briefly in the first Ant-Man, and then he is trapped there at the end of the second one, which sets up Endgame.
Okay. So my memory of it, and you can reinform me, is that it looked nothing like this. It was a lot more trippy and like crazy and like unstable, and this was like just a place you could be.
Yeah, so what we saw in the first Ant-Man is he was kind of like floating amongst molecules, is the best way to describe it, like psychedelic molecules. And in this one, they're on surface, they're on land, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they're on. And I mean, this movie is called Quantumania, so I was expecting mania or some fun, or like maybe tons of different colorful worlds because they get split up. So I thought, oh, maybe people will be like in different parts of the quantum realm that look differently, and you kind of get this psychedelic, I don't know, broad swath of what it looks like. And instead, it's just brown. That's the color they decided on.
He was trapped in the quantum realm.
In Ant-Man and the Wasp, at the very end, he goes to the quantum realm to like collect particles to cure ghosts. Who cares? And then the snap happens, and he gets trapped in the quantum realm because everyone else who was supposed to bring him back, like Michelle Pfeiffer and Hank Pym, got snapped away.
But he didn't experience any other life forms or anything while he was there.
Not that I've heard of. So that's the thing I want to discuss in spoilers is how does time work in the quantum realm? Because it seems to be a good spoiler to discussion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, there were definitely what I felt. We'll discuss it, but inconsistencies going on here and there.
Oh, and there's been since the first movie. Having watched all 3 now, I don't understand. Anyway, let's save it.
Sure. Yeah, all that being said, I watched the movie and I was like, yeah, it's fun.
That's fine.
Walked out, threw away my leftover popcorn, walked to my car,
You get popcorn?
drove home happy.
Oh.
Not always, but I did this time.
Always get popcorn.
And
You always get popcorn?
Well, I have the bucket. It's only $5 to fill it.
Do you bring your own bucket?
No, my theater chain has a deal where you can buy this bucket for $25 and it's good for the year and it costs $5 to fill it.
but it's like huge. It's like normally like a $15 bucket of popcorn.
It's the size between like your large and your medium. It's not quite the wastebasket, but it's not.
Oh, that's a
bigger
little
than
bucket
medium.
then.
So you paid $25 to save like $2.
If you go a lot, you'll save.
Oh yeah,
you'll
no.
save
So
a lot
I
over
go
time.
enough to make it worth it.
Well, how much is a medium?
Oh, I've done the math already. Trust me, Zach. I've already done all this.
I'm curious. What is you've done the math? So
I don't have it in front of me. I can tell you that you have to go 8 times for it to be worth it. And I go
8 times.
I go to the theater more than 8 times a year, so it is worth it.
Gotcha. So that's like $4 and change. So a medium is like halfway between medium and large is like $9.50.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I want to say medium's probably 8 and the large is probably 10 or 11. I don't know the prices because I don't pay for it. I always pay the $4.95 for the bucket.
Yeah. All right.
We have that at AMC too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the bucket, but I don't get popcorn every time.
And by make it worth it, meaning as if you'd have bought popcorn every time for full price.
Right. Well, yes. Okay. So if you go, I can't remember. It's 7 or 8 times you break even, and then after that, then you are saving money. So I go enough times where it makes sense to get the bucket because I will be saving money on popcorn in the long run.
Well, and you save the cost of it the first time. You're not like if you're going and you're paying $25 for the first bucket, you were already going to pay $9 or $10 for that popcorn.
Correct.
So you're only
Exactly.
paying like 15.
Yeah.
Extra for the rest of the year to get like 50% off your popcorn.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
And that
For sure.
$25 includes a fill. It's not $25 and then 5 on top to fill it. It's $25 with popcorn. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You could practically quit your job with those kind of savings.
it's totally.
And they don't have to pay for another bag.
Sure.
I wish they do that with soda, but they don't do that. It'd be great. Bring your own
A
soda. cup.
refillable soda thing.
Spend like $2 instead of $8 for a soda.
Yeah, it'd be great. I would do that.
I would do that too. Anything else? We haven't talked about performance at all. It's all been complaining about story.
Paul Rudd, slightly below average performance for him. His daughter was good. Michael Douglas, fine, phonied it in.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's fine.
Michelle Pfeiffer, man, she's a good actress. She's still got it. She's great in everything she does.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believed she had something to tell me later.
Yeah.
I will say I did miss Michael Pena and T.I. and the character that David Dastmalchian normally plays in those movies. I wish they were in this movie because I think that was some of the fun of the first 2 Ant-Man movies.
I just missed like the San Francisco-ness of the first movies, right? Isn't it? set in
San Francisco, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Like his crew, just having Ant-Man in the real world. So like a big, huge Ant-Man amongst buildings where you have some kind of perspective of how big something is. Like Ant-Man at the German airport in Captain America Civil War is cool because you're seeing him relative to things that you can comprehend in your normal daily life. And he's cool in this too, but it's not the same when everything is already against a green screen anyways. So who cares? And I'm sure those San Francisco scenes of him huge are 100% CGI too, but it's
But you
like,
have
there's no frame
something
of
to
reference.
compare it to. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, at no point did I feel like he was using his powers as effectively as he could be.
Yeah.
Or anyone that had a suit.
Yeah.
In the first couple ones, like he fights by shrinking and getting larger constantly, so he can like use that power of going from small to large to like punch someone really strong. And in this one, I guess he was using that power, but I don't know. Like, was it effective? I mean, Kang seemed could do anything he wanted anyway. So
I think it was effective enough to get you from one scene to the next, but not effective enough to be like, oh, I remember that moment. There's no that moments for me.
And I think that's the overall big problem with this movie is it's not telling a story. It's just moving us from phase 4 to phase 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
it's kind of what happened to Ant-Man and the Wasp, but to a lesser degree. As in, it's a worse movie than Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because at least Ant-Man and the Wasp was trying to tell a story. It was still getting it from point A to point B and the bigger thing, but it gave you a story. This one, I really just felt like we were trying to move the ball forward for whatever phase 5 is supposed to be.
I mean, even the daughter stuff, the Hope character, that is just a setup for this like teen Marvel movie that's coming later this year. Like, basically, they had to use this movie.
Oh, you mean Cassie?
Build her character. Yeah. Oh, Hope's the wife.
Our Hope is Evangeline Lilly.
Right.
The
Hope
Wasp.
is Scott Lang's
Who-
wife.
Do you guys know
The
she's an
Wasp.
anti-vaxxer?
Yes.
I learned
I
that
did not know
recently.
Yeah.
So,
Her and Woody.
Woody Harrelson?
well,
Is that true?
He was just on SNL, like I guess making jokes about it.
he was making. I don't know if he's an anti-vaxxer. If his jokes
Or
made him
was he
sound like he
making
was
fun?
possibly an anti-vaxxer. It was hard to tell.
Hmm.
Yeah, but Evangeline Lilly definitely an anti-vaxxer.
How is she able to like act in movies? I thought Hollywood pretty much doesn't allow you to.
Oh,
She got cast before all this. What are they going to do? Replace her?
and she said something to along the lines of Marvel has been very accommodating to me. So I think Marvel's kind of stuck with like, well, she is the Wasp, and we probably have a contract with her anyway. So
Right. And it's not that bad.
Oh no,
It's
I just
not-
thought
it's
they
not
had
like
rules.
you- it's
I
not-
just thought they had rules.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely have rules, but I think they are like, is she vocal about it? I think she said something once and then there was a lot of backlash and then she's kind of been.
well, I mean, she posts on Instagram about it, and then continues to talk about it. So I would say she's vocal.
Oh, she's continued to talk.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like she was talking about it in the last week or so about how Marvel's been accommodating to her. So I would say she's vocal enough if she continues to talk about it.
We don't have to go into it, but if somebody's like anti-vax, but not like you shouldn't, just I made this personal decision. You guys have a problem with that? I
No.
don't.
I don't.
I without getting into it, I want to know why someone's anti-vax, and if it's because we don't know what's in there. Well, we do know what's in there. So
If they say it's a personal decision, then what? Who cares what they think? As long as they're not advising other people not to do it, I don't care.
yeah, but when it comes to public health, a personal decision is still a public decision.
Sure. I mean, in that you're creating more danger for yourself.
Which
you know what I mean?
No,
You're not putting other people in more danger.
No, not true.
I don't feel.
Creating more danger for yourself can in turn put more people at risk. I feel like this is going not into what we should be talking about at all right now. So
Okay,
move on.
Well, we'll move on. I'm fine with that.
You guys.
I think yeah, my issue with I didn't have an issue with any of the acting. It was more the writing felt flat. Everything felt the same visually. Spectacular, but spectacularly the same through the whole thing. And the dialogue was missing the Paul Rudd charm. Like the few moments he had charm when Kang and him are kind of in the prison area. There's like some back and forth where I was like, this is what this movie's missing.
There was a prison
Paul Rudd
scene in this
telling
movie,
jokes.
wasn't there?
Yeah,
Totally
Paul
forgot.
Rudd telling jokes is what makes
Oh.
Ant-Man for me.
Let me make one more overarching comment.
Okay.
There were attempts at humor in this film, but
Mm-hmm.
very few of them were funny. There was a whole character.
The
that-
Holes character?
No, well, the whole character. I like the Holes character fine.
Sure.
Not as much as they wanted me to, but I liked him fine. There was a whole character that his sole purpose was to be comic relief.
You're talking about the
Oh,
did he have a
the
hammer
mind
on his
reader?
head or something like that?
No, not the mine. I liked mine.
Okay.
No, the floating.
Oh, you didn't like that?
I didn't find it that
Wait,
funny.
the floating. I don't remember this. What's the floating?
There's a character that floats around. He's the ultimate weapon.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about that at all. We
Right,
we need
it's
to talk about
spoilers.
that. In
Might be
spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah.
I just didn't find it that funny. I know it's an actual character from the comics.
It's
It's pretty accurate, but
Right. And I liked that because it was just so left field.
oh sure, yeah. It just I don't know. It just didn't make me laugh.
I thought it was executed incredibly poorly.
Right.
I didn't.
Have you
mind-
looked up the character? It looks exactly like the character.
I did. Well, you're taking.
But it's not exactly
You-
because they retconned some things into making
right.
it
It's
work.
yeah.
The design, yes, I'll agree, but the background.
I know
of
what
that
you mean,
character,
But
yeah.
you're taking a character that works in a visual drawn medium, right? That works completely as a comic book character, and then you're trying to work that character into a real world medium, let's say. And for me, that translation did not work at all. Like I know what they were going for, but they should have kept the mask down the whole time. That would have been much better.
I would say even in the comic books, it's a left.
Oh, for
center
sure.
character.
Oh, yeah, no,
it is
it's-
a wild character,
still
even in
looks
the
strange
comics.
in the comics.
Yeah.
Right, but like in the comic book, you can, because you're just drawing things, you can make certain exaggerations and make them work. And then when you
Right.
try and make those exaggerations lifelike, I don't know.
I thought it kind of worked. Actually,
It did not work for me
It just wasn't funny to me,
whatsoever.
but I thought it looked real.
I
It looked like like Dali had drawn it or something. But yeah.
it just looked like bad CGI, and they ran out of time and money. Like, all right, well, whatever. I don't know. Stretch it out, throw it up there, move on to the next thing.
Should we letterbox this guy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's get into our spoiler talk. But first we have to letterbox, as Zach mentioned. 5 stars.
Me too. Yeah, 5 stars.
5-star movie.
Yeah.
5 out of
Kyle?
10 for sure.
No, I'll give it like as Marvel movies, I wasn't mad at it, nor am I going to remember much of it. And so that puts it right down the middle, 2.5.
I'll give it 3 stars.
I'm totally fine with 2.5.
I will say it's not the worst Star Wars movie ever made, right?
Sure.
No, it's not the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah, episode 1 is still worse than this.
Yeah.
For sure. Episode 2 is definitely worse.
I think episode 2
Ooh,
might be.
Can I briefly say something about my theater experience besides the really distracting anamorphic projection?
Please, yes.
A trailer for Indiana Jones 5
Mhm.
came up, which I had not seen.
I haven't seen it either, but that's on purpose.
Yeah. I will say this. The very first shot of the trailer, right? I don't know what's coming up. Just a trailer starts. Shot number 1. It doesn't show anything. It's literally like a street. Okay. Instantly, I knew it was Indiana Jones.
Really?
Because of the design or because of
Just-
the music?
Not it hadn't started the music yet.
Okay.
You know, because they save that for like a minute and a half in. Just from it looked like an Indiana Jones movie. Now I will say things in the trailer annoyed me. That did not look like Indiana Jones, too CGI or that kind of thing.
Right.
But I could tell from the very first second that it was an Indiana Jones movie. And that's saying something.
All right.
Interesting.
So I'm curious if anyone else had the same reaction when the trailer first came on. So if you did, write into the show. I want to hear about it. But I could tell right away, it was before any Indiana Jones stuff was happening.
Mhm.
It looked Indiana Jones to me.
Do you think there was a music cue that happened at the same
No,
time? No
I
music.
don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think it was just it had that look.
There wasn't a whip crack or something like that.
No, there was a hand reaching for a fedora and then a boulder like rolled past.
Oh, and that didn't clue you in?
And then it said,
You were
"New
like, why
Indiana
does this
Jones
feel like
trailer
Indiana
across the
Jones?"
front."
We hear a voiceover saying, "Why did it have to be snakes?"
Why did it be snakes?
But none of that was the reason.
All right.
Okay, we can't get an Indiana Jones.
All right. So 2.5s, and a 3.
I'm a movie lover, James.
Sure. For Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. If you're watching this on YouTube, then click the link in the description at any time to jump to the spoiler discussion. If you're listening on a podcast app, just keep listening, and we'll be back with spoiler talk after the outro music. Let's play some games, guys. It's time to play some games.
Can't wait.
Starting with Kyle's game that he has quickly dubbed 3 Identical Strangers. Are you sticking with that title, Kyle?
No, because that's not descriptive whatsoever.
Okay. All right.
Can we first introduce that someone has joined the show?
Oh, sure.
No.
We could do that. Absolutely.
I think it's creepier for everyone if there's just a random new voice.
What if we just do not tell anyone? It's just an extra
Address
voice.
what's happening here.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, we grew another guest.
Grew?
First guest. Yeah, we grew one.
From the ground up.
It's like Ant-Man. He grows. and
Oh,
shrinks.
yeah.
Oh.
He
So do
does.
we. Yeah.
We stopped pruning, and here's Scotty.
All right. That's a throwback to a previous discussion. But yes, welcome to the podcast, Scotty.
Thank you for having me.
We invited you on because you are a Paul Rudd expert. And
Sure, yeah.
I mean, you're more expert than the rest of us, right?
Yes.
Scotty,
yeah.
I defended you and said that you would be able to answer any Paul Rudd question imaginable.
Oh,
And
shoot fire.
now I know that I overestimated you.
You always overestimate me, which is fine. I could probably answer a lot of movie questions, but I don't. I tend not to stalk him or look into his personal doings much, but
Sure. But it's career. That's not stalking. Learning.
yeah,
things.
that's not stalking. It's totally fine to look through his window as long as it's for career purposes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we invited you on. I'm not sure it'll have anything to do with the trivia today because I didn't write the trivia, but but that's why you're here.
Oh, sweet! I can't wait.
Welcome. Have you seen? We know you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania yet.
Correct. Yeah.
What's
That's
the
true.
last Paul Rudd movie you saw?
Last one would have been the Chip and Dale's movie. There's one since then. It's the Bob's Burgers movie, and it's available everywhere. But I've not watched a lot of Bob's Burgers, and so I've been trying to watch some Bob's Burgers, and then at some point I'll watch the movie since Paul Rudd's in it.
So you're watching Bob's Burgers to prime yourself for Paul Rudd's short appearance in the Bob's Burgers movie.
Yeah.
Sort of. I think I've always had a curiosity with Bob's Burgers, and so maybe it's more just an excuse. But let's call it what you said. That sounds more interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey, how did you feel about Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers?
Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
Yes, the Rescue Rangers movie.
I was like,
yes.
there's a Chippendales movie too?
Yeah.
There is a Chippendales.
It's a
TV
Chippendales
show.
TV show
Right.
Yeah.
with Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, there's a movie? But we're talking
Wait,
about the
what's his
Rescue
name?
Is
Rangers.
anybody watching that?
Not me,
I'm
but
not,
I've had friends
no.
who've watched it.
And
They liked it.
I know exactly what happened there. All right. Yeah, what'd you think of it? Short hot take.
I liked parts of it. I liked the concept a lot, but I just could not get over the voices. I hated the voices so much. Just so much.
We're very bad.
Yeah.
James, can you play the Netflix one?
sure,
This is how I feel about it, Scotty.
I have it here somewhere.
The Netflix movie is hot garbage.
It wasn't a Netflix movie though.
It wasn't?
No, it was Apple or it was Disney Plus.
Okay,
Disney
play
Plus.
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I don't have that one.
Okay, well, we do what we can.
It was a turkey.
Yeah, that was the same.
It was a turkey.
All right, Kyle, why don't you hit us with the game?
Sure. All right. So it's been established that Scotty is a Paul Rudd expert.
Wow.
He's a Paul Rudd lover.
He's a Paul Rudd
right?
lover,
Is that
yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Not
He's
Paul
a
Rudd is for
lover of
lovers.
Paul Rudd.
Lover of Paul
Okay,
Rudd.
don't be weird about it.
There, I don't know. There was this time in Père Lachaise around Jim Morrison's grave that he doesn't want to talk about, but
Right.
Anyway, so I thought it'd be boring just to have Scotty come on and just do Paul Rudd trivia because it would just be Scotty shouting all the answers, and then you guys would be just like, huh, "What do we do?"
We
here?
just feel bad about ourselves. 'cause
exactly.
we're
And
not as
I'd
good.
feel-
And
I'd be
your
miserable.
esteem is important to me, especially you, James.
Right.
Yeah, of
Um,
course, especially James.
so instead, I came
Zach's
up.
self-esteem, not a concern, evidently.
Right.
Third grade.
Zach's doing fine. I'm not worried about Zach.
But he's very worried about you.
James-
Evidently.
James, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
You know, earlier this episode, Scotty doesn't know this, but earlier this episode, I was concerned about Kyle's mental state, and now he's concerned about mine. I feel good about it.
Well,
We're-
I think it's
It's the buddy
projection,
system.
James.
It's the
I
buddy
love it.
system.
Are you guys going to run a BetterHelp ad here pretty soon?
If they would pay us, sure.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Why not?
we will match you with a therapist that you need.
Absolutely.
All right. Anyway, so Scotty is a Paul Rudd super fan.
Mhm.
There we go.
But I was like, well, I bet you Zach and James are also super fans of People too.
No.
And I wonder if I could pit them against each other in trivia.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I have written trivia questions for Paul Rudd. I
Okay.
have written trivia questions for Matt Damon, who I would say is
Ooh.
Zach's super fandom.
Okay.
You love Matt Damon, Zach. Famously. I've
no,
seen the posters.
Yeah.
You're a
his
lover of
actor.
Matt
Yeah, he's a
Damon.
good actor. For sure.
And
I know next to nothing about him, but yeah.
well, no, okay. And I've written trivia questions about who I assume to be James's super fandom of
I can't wait to hear this.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
All right.
James, you own the book.
I do like Kevin. You gave it to me today. Zach gave me a Kevin Smith
I hope you
script
read it.
book.
So you could read up. you know?
Yeah.
Did you read it yet?
No, you literally gave it to me like an hour ago.
All right. That's fine. Get to it later.
But there's another twist to this trivia. It's not going to be just me asking Scotty Paul Rudd questions and then asking Zach Matt Damon questions and then asking
Are they coming on?
no.
Oh.
Kevin had to cancel, unfortunately, and Matt Damon didn't
too bad.
return my
He's
calls.
the most likely to be on
And
the
Paul Rudd, famous jerk, apparently.
Oh my.
So,
He hates podcasts.
yeah,
Getting
totally. So instead
Totally
of me
hates
just
podcasts.
asking each of you your individual prescribed fandom questions,
We ask each other.
no, close.
Oh, that would have been good.
I'm going to have the non-fans team up to answer the questions first.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes.
And then
yes.
if they get it wrong,
yes.
then the fan can answer the question.
All right.
Right. So
Yeah.
you are allowed to talk and discuss amongst each other. In fact, I encourage that, this being a podcast, that we talk about the answers.
That makes
Yes.
sense. That does make sense.
All the questions are based upon movies and their career. So there's no questions like where were they born or how many siblings do they have. There's no questions like how much money did this movie make. If you had watched their movies, you could answer all these questions.
Okay.
Okay.
There is one TV question per actor also. So you're going to get 8 movie questions and 1 TV question.
Will you let us know when it's the TV question?
It's the last one. It's always the last one. Yeah.
Will you let us know when it's the last question?
Yeah, that's a good
true.
question.
Yes. Well, so there are 8 movie questions and 1 TV. So if you're counting at home, you can keep along. But I will also announce this is the final one.
Very clever to go with 9 questions
Yeah.
each. Very. That's
Yeah.
very clever.
I just
9 ways to embarrass myself.
had trouble with one person trying to write a 10th one. So then, we're gonna stop at 9 and just call it right there.
Makes sense.
And
Fair
then
enough.
how the scoring is going to work, and I think this will work.
Oh,
I came up with
I'll
this,
keep
but we'll
track.
see. If the duo gets it right, they each get a point. If they get it wrong and then the super fan steals it, the super fan gets half a point. Because I feel like the super fan has the advantage of A, hearing the duo's wrong answer, and also B, supposedly being a super fan.
Yeah.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm along for the ride.
Any questions about the trivia?
No.
No. All right. Some are easy, some are medium, some are hard. They're kind of random.
All right.
Some are multiple choice, some are, it's all over the place.
Okay.
All right. Is there a super fan who wants to go first?
Can I ask a question first?
Please.
If you didn't know the answers and you were taking all these ones, which one do you think you'd do the worst and the best on?
Me personally,
Yes, you personally.
I think I would do the best on Matt Damon and the worst on Kevin Smith.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be hard.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Scotty's our guest.
Okay.
So
He's got to go first, and he's the expert. So
Yeah.
All right.
I never
Sure,
claimed to be
yeah.
a Kevin Smith expert. Scotty
never claimed
claims
to
to
be
be
a
a Paul Rudd
Yeah.
expert.
No,
Oh my.
Granted, you guys never claimed, but I do feel like Matt
No.
Damon, or not, Zach talks about Matt Damon a lot.
He
He
does.
does.
And
He does.
He has lots of apples in his house too. For some reason, it's weird.
Yeah. So
what do you
weird.
think of those?
How about them apples?
I just told you. I think it's weird.
I got a number of apples. Okay.
All right. So these are Paul Rudd trivia questions. I'm going to ask the question. Zach and James, you can discuss it
We will.
and come up with an answer.
Openly.
And if you're
Yeah.
wrong,
Are we gonna jump like like round robin this?
No. We'll go.
We're gonna
all
run through
Paul
all the
Rudd.
That'd be
Paul
so
Rudd
confusing.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got
Okay.
it.
All right. So the first Paul Rudd question is, how many Marvel films has Paul Rudd been in?
All right, James.
How many Marvel films?
We can do
How many
this.
Marvel
We need
films
a
has he been
number
in?
here.
We
Is
can do
this just films? So we're not talking like Disney Plus appearances
No
for
TV.
short things.
Nope.
I kind of feel like
the
the
TV
expert
question
needs to
will
take
be
his
announced.
headphones off.
Yeah, these are just theatrical
Oh no, that's
release
his benefit
movies.
that he gets.
Well, there's like
to-
specials and
he
stuff
gets to
too.
listen to us. Okay, there's 3 Ant-Man movies, right?
What's the question? How many movies?
How many Marvel? Yeah, how many movies total has Paul Rudd been? No, how many
how many
Marvel films
has Paul Rudd
has
been
Paul
in?
Rudd been in?
He's definitely been in the 3 Ant-Man movies.
Yes. He was in both of the Endgame movies, right?
Right.
Yeah. Civil War.
Mhm.
Okay. You're trying to be sneaky, but you don't need to be sneaky.
I'm not being sneaky.
Okay. Any other movies besides those?
How about this? Is that less sneaky?
Any others? Any others?
I'm trying to think, but nothing's happening. I think that might be it.
Need an answer.
I don't know. 6.
6. Incorrect.
The answer's 5, Kyle. The answer's 5.
5 is correct. Can you tell me those 5?
I can. It's 3 Ant-Man movies and Avengers Endgame. He was in the Quantum Realm during Infinity War, and he's also in Civil War.
That is correct. He is not in Infinity War.
That was my time to shine, fellas. I'm done. I'm out. You guys
He
have a
didn't
good
appear
night.
whatsoever.
He didn't appear in
War.
Infinity War at all?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not even like the Marvel logo as it builds? There's no Ant-Man in there?
That's not the question.
He was in it if he's in that Marvel logo.
Well,
He is in the logo, but he's in the logo of a lot of
We win.
movies.
no, you're
So
still
it's
wrong.
still
In
not
that
6.
case, he's in every Marvel movie.
All right,
Mhm.
fair enough. Scotty
Only
loses.
the ones after like a certain point.
Scotty loses. All right, well,
That's really all that
if
matters.
you guys are going to argue semantics, we're going to be here for a long time. So,
All right.
okay.
Scotty, well done. You answered that with authority
Yep.
and aplomb.
Oh, and Zach, I'm actually keeping track of score here.
Okay.
Just in case no one was clear on that.
Okay.
Unless if you wanted to, please feel free.
I'll also do
Okay.
it just out of habit, but
Cool.
we'll trust
All right.
your score.
All right. Question
Until
2.
we don't.
Paul Rudd voices the character of Jericho in what 2022 animated movie?
It's got to be Bob's Burgers. Don't you think? 2022 animated?
I don't even know the names of the characters
Well, I don't
Bob's
either.
Burgers.
I don't either. But how many animated movies came out in 2022
that he's in.
that he's in? We know of one, Bob's Burgers.
Did that come out in 2022?
I have no idea.
Either. I'm going to say that I think you're right.
Can you think of another animated?
I can't
movie?
think of another
Oh.
movie. What? That he's in?
Rescue Rangers.
He was in that because we talked.
That's an
we
animated
talked about
movie.
that too.
So both of those, and that definitely came out in 22.
And right,
Bob's Burgers could have been this year.
or any other year for all we
Yes.
know.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Jericho.
I don't remember his name being Jericho, but it kind of seems like a name they might put on a character in a Rescue Rangers movie, though.
But all the Rescue Rangers characters are actual cartoons that we should know of, right?
Does Paul Rudd just voice a character
Yeah, probably.
in that movie, or is he actually in the movie?
Oh, maybe Paul Rudd's just in it.
I don't remember that
I don't
movie.
know. I have no idea.
Mhm.
You've seen it.
Yeah. Okay, so it's one of the two. Which do you think? Bob's Burgers, which is a fully animated film,
Right.
or Rescue Rangers, which is a half animated film, of which
I think there's a chance it's Bob's Burgers because I think there's a chance that came out last year, but I also know that it's a sure thing that Rescue Rangers came out last year. So I'd say let's go that direction.
Okay, Rescue Rangers. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh, it's Bob's Burgers, guys.
It's Bob's Burgers.
Ant-Man plays him, or sorry, Paul Rudd plays
Ant-Man plays
Ant-Man. No, Paul Rudd plays Ant-Man, but it's A-U-N-T man in Rescue Rangers.
Oh, you mean Aunt Man?
Aunt-Man,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Aunt-Man.
Aunt-Man,
Yeah, but it's
okay.
he's a live action character.
That's amazing.
Another one of those amazing jokes in that movie.
Amazing.
All right, well done, Scotty.
Absolutely amazing.
Well done, Scotty.
All right.
I thought you guys were gonna take that.
I really, after the
No.
Bob's Burgers discussion that we were having off air
I know.
beforehand, I was like, oh boy, this is one of the trivia questions. But
Yeah.
leave it to you guys to talk yourself out of the right answer.
Well, if only Scotty had not mentioned Rescue Rangers, we would have been all
True.
about it. But
Yeah.
he gave us
But
2 options.
I wouldn't have known about Bob's Burgers if he didn't mention that.
That's true.
My bad, fellas.
All right.
Okay.
Paul Rudd has been in a Halloween movie, as in the Halloween franchise. What number Halloween movie was he in?
Number. You don't know this.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah. I've probably seen all of them, but I couldn't tell you. What number? They like stopped numbering. Are you counting like when they
Like
rebooted?
order of release or chronology?
What are you
Order
saying?
of release, and this one also has a number.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm thinking Halloween 3.
No, he would have been very young if it was Halloween 3.
At one point he was.
I agree, but
As were we all.
I don't. I have literally 0.
You've seen
clue.
it.
I have 0 clue which
Tell me
one
the
he's
number.
in.
Which of them have numbers?
Well, Halloween 1, 2, and I think 3 has a number. And then it gets sketchy. And then they like reboot it to like H2O. So that's not a number. And then when Rob Zombie takes over, it's like Halloween and Halloween 2. And then the
Okay.
recent ones are like Halloween and Halloween Revenge. I don't think those have numbers. So I don't think it's the most recent. Don't think it's the Rob Zombie ones. I think it's probably in the original Halloween run. I think there was like 6 in the original run, but not all of them have numbers. Okay. Let's go with, I think Scotty definitely knows this. So this is like,
He guaranteed he knows this.
I think there's like 6 of them. So what number do you want, Zach?
3.
It's not number 1.
3.
You say 3? We're going to go with Halloween 3.
Incorrect. Scotty?
So I think I know what number it is. I know it's The Curse of Michael Myers. I want to say it's 2.
Incorrect. Curse of Michael Myers is correct. It's number 6.
It's number 6?
Number 6. Yep.
It's called Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
That's what I saw. Yep.
I feel like it's not 6 at all.
Scotty's looking it up.
Please.
I am looking it up.
Please look it up. Please look it up.
Yeah. No, you might be right.
All right. Well,
It is The Curse of Michael Myers, though.
as we.
Which is what you guessed. It's called Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Oh, it's not called. I saw Halloween 6, The Curse of
This is
Michael
according
Myers.
to Wikipedia and IMDb.
Because I definitely look. Okay, look at Paul Rudd's filmography on Wikipedia.
It's 6 years after Michael Myers last terrified Haddonfield.
I think Scotty gets it because it's called Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Okay, take a look on Wikipedia at Paul Rudd's filmography and tell me what it says, like through his page.
It's really hard to find filmography on Wikipedia.
No,
It's
it's not.
definitely not 2, and it's definitely not 3, so it must be
I typed in Paul Rudd's filmography.
6.
Nothing. So I'm going to go to Paul Rudd page.
Go to Paul Rudd and then search for filmography.
Oh my gosh. I could have found it
Some
in
people,
2 seconds.
some people have a filmography page, and some people it's just on their main page. Filmography awards. Now I have to go to another page. Paul Rudd on screen and stage. It's called Paul
Oh my
Rudd on
goodness.
screen and stage.
Yeah.
All right,
Not Paul Rudd's
We're not
filmography.
litigating Wikipedia right now. We're trying to find the answer.
Paul Rudd.
This is-
I should have searched Paul Rudd on screen and stage in order to find his.
You really should have.
Come on, get with it, guys.
Uh,
Yeah, no, it just
Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael
There we
Myers.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you click on it, it goes to Halloween, The Curse of
Okay.
Michael
Well,
Myers.
I was going.
See,
I
on
think
the app, it doesn't say 6. It just says Halloween.
All right,
Curse
I
of
will
Michael
give-
I
Myers.
think the number
Yeah.
is in question, but whether Scotty's
it.
answer was
Yep.
accurate is not in question.
I'll
He
give him
was
the point.
accurate.
I'll give him the point, or the half point.
the half point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think you're right, though. It does look like it's number 6. It's definitely not 2 or 3. So
Well, you guys can.
Well, we've established
that is Wikipedia's issue for calling it Halloween 6 right on that page. So
You should edit
Yeah.
it.
all right. Okay. Paul Rudd has been in 7 movies with a number in them. Name 2 of those movies And you cannot do anything like Ant-Man 2 or Halloween 6. So no sequel numbers. These have to be actual numbers in the movie title.
Like spelled numbers?
I mean, no, it could be it could be spelled, or it could be like just numerical, but it's not sequel numbers. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's not a sequel number.
It's not part 4 or anything like that. I'm
okay.
trying to
You're
think of
saying
like,
he has 7 movies that are not sequels that have numbers in them. You want us to say 2 of them.
right, like 2001: A Space Odyssey is a movie with a number in it, whereas Batman 2 would not count. In this case?
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Can you think of a
I can't
single,
think of a single
movie
one.
that has a number in it?
I can think of a single movie that has a number in it, but not with Paul Rudd in it.
There's 7 of them.
Sure, which sounds like a lot when you think about it.
Yeah, I can only think of 3 like off the top of my head.
Right.
I should make Scotty name all 7 for the half points.
Does Paul Rudd do
Right?
a voice in 8 Crazy Nights or something?
Is that how you're gonna come across the answer? Just think of.
I'm just trying to think of movies with a number in it.
I think we should think of Paul Rudd movies.
This is 40.
Okay,
That's one of them.
Well done.
this is
Well
40.
That's one of them.
This is 40.
Um,
What's the one where he's the bromance movie?
is he in 50-50?
No.
Not at all.
He might be. I don't know if he's in that. Scotty's shaking his head no.
Thanks,
I gotta
Scotty.
stop. I know. Would turn my video off.
This is 40. And what's another Paul Rudd movie?
The other 41.
40-Year-Old Virgin?
He's in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
He is in that. Yeah.
This is 40 and 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Correct.
Good job, guys.
Wow.
We got one, Zach.
You got one. Nice. The other 5 would be 206.
Wait. Let's hear Scotty.
Okay,
if he can
Scotty,
name
go ahead.
any of them.
What else can you name, just for fun?
The only other one I had on the tip of my tongue was 2 Days.
Yep, that's correct.
But he is in 200 Cigarettes.
Yep.
And what else?
Reno 911, Miami.
Oh, yeah.
The 10.
The 10, yeah.
Year 1.
Oh.
And
Year One is
Between
bad.
Two Ferns, the movie.
Oh, Between Two Ferns.
It's nice.
Yep.
All right.
All right. In Walk Hard, Paul Rudd cameos as which famous musician?
Oh, it's a Beatle. He cameos
I've
as
seen
a
that
Beatle.
scene.
My
Well,
guess.
1 and 4, Zach.
Sure. No. It's one of the. My guess is
Where was he? Do
Oh.
you remember where he was on the screen?
left.
Like far left?
And second from the left. I think.
Well, then he's probably either
I think he's John Lennon.
he's either John Lennon or the other guy.
The other guy.
Not Ringo and not George Harrison. The other guy.
He was the most high, I felt like, of the 4 of them.
That's probably Lennon. Then.
I think it's John Lennon. I do.
I
Unless you feel different. It could be George Harrison.
I haven't seen that scene in a long time, so I'm gonna go with that because his guess is better than mine. I would say.
Can I just say he played a Beatle?
No, I need the
A prominent band member?
I need the name of the famous musician.
Let's say.
Do you want to go John
Why
Lennon? John Lennon.
Correct.
Ah,
Nice.
totally knew that one. Can I get points for naming the other 3 Beatles?
Just name the one I didn't name.
Jack Black, was he one of them?
Jack Black is
Black is not a
Paul
Beatle.
McCartney.
Okay.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, and Jason Schwartzman is
Ringo.
Ringo.
Mm-hmm.
And then who is it that plays?
It's the
George?
comedian that doesn't match those other 3 guys. Like he's
Yeah.
the oddball out. I don't think that guy's even that.
It's the guy
famous.
from Accepted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just not as
Yeah.
famous as the other 3, so he's
Right,
not
for
as
sure.
recognizable. I don't remember who he is.
Nice job, guys.
Nice job.
Thank you.
All right.
Somehow I saw that scene like 2 weeks ago. I don't know why.
I did too
You
on
just-
social
Is
media.
he second from the left? Or did I make that up?
I don't know. Kyle?
All right. Paul Rudd has been in 4 movies with Amy Poehler. Name the 2 non-Anchorman movies he was in with her.
With Amy Poehler.
With Amy Poehler. Yes.
We're not going to know this.
He was in 4 of them?
He was in 4. He wants to name the 2 that we wouldn't know.
The 2 that
We
aren't
should
Anchorman.
refuse.
Correct.
James, we should refuse.
I mean, you could refuse. That's fine.
I mean, maybe
What
she's
movies
in
has she
Walk
been in?
Hard.
She's been in a lot less. She's in Baby Mama,
Is he in that?
and we'll say Walk Hard and Baby Mama.
I think she's been in a lot. She's just barely in a lot.
Wet Hot American Summer, and then the new Wet Hot American Summer.
Okay, those 2.
Yes.
Incorrect.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
They weren't both in Wet Hot American Summer and the reboot?
The reboot is a
reboot's
TV show.
But they were in the original Wet Hot American Summer.
I cannot neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, because now it's
Scotty's turn. Yes.
Okay.
It was a TV show?
So
Yes.
There was a TV show.
I thought it was
Didn't
a
do
movie.
very well. No,
Okay.
the original was a movie, and then they
Yeah.
brought it back as a TV show.
They actually made 2
there were
TV shows.
two TV
prequel
shows.
and a
10
sequel.
years later and 10 years earlier, or no, the day before. First day.
Yep.
First day of camp.
I didn't watch any of it. Was it
the
worth a
TV
watch?
show 2 hours long?
No, they were single episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scotty, what's the answer? What's the right answer?
So I can't remember the name of the other movie. It's the one. It's like a rom-com ripoff, and it's by the same director as Wet Hot American Summer.
I'm gonna need a name.
I know. But Kyle, can I just say that technically you're incorrect? That he's in 3 other movies with Amy Poehler. One of them is called Soundtracks Live, which is a made-for-TV movie which never released. So can I get points for that?
No, the one that I saw was like the Anchorman Legend of Ron Burgundy or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, Soundtracks Live, though, is a movie that he's in.
Yeah. Soundtracks Live was a movie they tried to make and they couldn't get the rights to the music and it never came out.
Okay.
That's so sad.
I
That's the
know.
only thing holding it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing. Oh my gosh. It starts with an A.
I've seen this one, too.
Me too.
Because
Yeah,
I remember the dinner
we all
scene.
have, yes.
I'm not going to be able to pull it. For the sake of time,
Is it the one with Steve Carell?
no.
Okay.
No, it's like a rom-com and they're telling the story of how they got together and everything is just like silly things making fun of rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give
What
up?
is it, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't have it.
Wet Hot American Summer and They Came Together.
They came together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
What a-
what it is.
It's because it's a stupid name.
It's like a
Yeah.
horror movie
Yeah.
title.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the same director though.
Ken Marino.
Okay, Maria.
No.
Dan Marino.
Ken Marino
This is out.
writes with him though. What's his name?
Michael Showalter.
Showalter. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Wait.
Showalter, right?
No. David Wayne.
I'm just gonna name all the guys from the state.
Yeah. There. It's the state guys. It's David Wayne.
Michael Ian Black. I think he directed it.
Oh yeah, totally.
All right. Zach, James,
Mm-hmm.
what is Paul Rudd's first credited movie, according to Wikipedia?
Oh no, that's not fair.
Yeah, because you couldn't know that just watching his movies.
I have
You'd have
no
to
idea
go
what
to
the
his
first one is
Wikipedia
in
article.
Wikipedia, but it's not right. I know that.
I mean, we don't have a guess, Zach.
This is the problem with asking questions to Superfan is they tend to know more than whoever makes the quiz. I don't know.
We don't even have a guess.
I'll just say Bring It On. First movie.
Incorrect. Scotty.
I don't know what it's going to be in Wikipedia. His first movie is A Question of Ethics, but it's not going to be listed in Wikipedia, and it's before Clueless. But well, he made a TV movie before Clueless. Clueless was probably his first movie that was like a Hollywood movie.
Is that your
Because
answer?
he was in The Fire Next Time before that, but that's a TV movie. I'll say Clueless is probably Wikipedia's.
Yeah, Clueless is correct.
Okay.
You guys were overthinking it.
It's not his first movie, but yeah.
His first theatrically released movie is Clueless.
Yeah.
I tried to write these as like narrow as possible, but apparently I didn't get narrow enough with that one. So
What was his third movie?
Yeah.
Non-TV.
this is our last movie question for Paul Rudd.
Correct!
This is 40, stars Paul Rudd and Amy Mann,
Uh-huh.
and it spins off characters that they played in what previous movie?
Oh, it spun off?
It is.
Yep.
From probably, what's the movie where they're in Hawaii?
Oh, Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I have no guess, so you want to go with that?
I feel like we're missing something, and it's not Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but I feel like that movie is in the same universe as
What's a Judd Apatow thing, right? So could it be Knocked Up?
It could be Knocked Up.
That kind of seems like in the same realm.
I think you're right. I think it is Knocked Up. Let's
Okay.
go with that.
Knocked Up.
Scotty, is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct.
I'm glad you talked me out of it.
Wow.
Oh man,
I had zero conviction on my
I didn't even know
idea.
they were in that.
so
It was like
close.
Yep.
Judd Apatow. Okay.
Nice. All right.
All right.
And this is our TV question for Paul Rudd.
Okay.
Paul Rudd played a love interest in the final seasons of what sitcom?
Oh. He played a love interest in the final seasons of what sitcom?
Friends.
Did he play a love interest in the final seasons of Friends?
I believe he did.
I mean, he did, or are you guessing?
No, I think he did.
Because otherwise I'll think some more.
I mean, what else would it have been? He was definitely on Friends for a while.
I feel like he played like a dumb friend.
He was nobody was on that show unless they were a love interest. If you weren't one of the main friends,
Was he on the show?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's go Friends. I won't question you if you're so sure.
Scotty's smiling weird. So maybe we need to-
I mean, like,
Make more guesses.
could it have been something like Mad About You or something like that?
no,
All right. Then let's go Friends.
Friends.
Correct.
Yeah, it's Fred's.
He
How
plays
dare you
Mike,
question my friends?
and he eventually marries Phoebe.
You just said it so unconfident.
Scotty, do you
You
remember?
kept questioning me.
Do you remember what he wants to change his name to when Phoebe wants to change her name?
Yeah, it's Mike Crapbag.
Crapbag.
Yeah.
No, just Crapbag.
Just Crapbag.
First name
That's right.
Crap, last name Bag.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Kyle, do you have a score so far?
I do have a score so far. Would you like me to say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So Zach and James each have 4 points, and Scotty has 2 points.
Oh,
Okay.
But that's okay because now, Scotty,
so lame.
you can earn single points with James as we ask Matt Damon questions.
Oh, I really hope that, James, you know things about Matt Damon.
I don't know a lot, but I know a lot about Matt Damon.
Now,
Yes.
you can get all these answers by watching his movies or TV show.
I once wrote like 30 trivia questions on Matt Damon. Remember? And
Oh, did you?
there's a Matt
Yeah.
Damon quiz that I wrote
Yeah.
for a podcast episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
I probably listened to that episode, but I don't remember the answers.
Probably. All right, Kyle, hit us.
All right. What movie is Matt Damon's first credited role?
That was not one of the questions I wrote.
Yeah.
What movie was his first credited role? So
Gosh, I have
Zach's not
no
going to
clue.
help me, even though I'm looking at him, because now it's up to Scotty and I to suss this out.
Yep.
So
Good Will Hunting was early on, right? But it was
it was
probably
not his
before that?
first, though. He was
Right.
in movies where he was not the main character before that, but not a lot of them. I'm pretty sure he was in what's that Brendan Fraser movie where they're like at a prep school?
at a prep school.
I'm not going to remember the name of it. That's the bad part. But I'm pretty sure Matt Damon's in that.
I
remember,
I don't know what movie you're talking
Brendan
about.
Fraser is like a Jewish kid, and they're like mean to him. It's like secret society college, high level college. What do they call it? What do they call colleges that are like
Prep school? University?
It's a university, but what do they call like prestigious universities?
Ivy
League. It's like an Ivy League school. And
Man, James, you're going down a road that I haven't been down.
I really wish I could remember the name of that movie, but I'm not. That's the only one I can think of that's pre. He's probably not even in that now that I think about it.
I need an answer,
boy.
guys.
Okay, the first movie that I can think of that he's definitely in is the movie that you mentioned, Scotty.
Good Will Hunting. Yeah,
Good Will
that's the
Hunting.
first one I can think of. But
So for the sake of time, even though it's wrong,
It's wrong.
we're gonna say Good Will Hunting.
That is incorrect. Exactly.
yeah, of course.
That's incorrect. Now, he was in the movie that James is talking about.
What's the name of that movie?
I don't remember the name.
Right.
It's 3 words. The first words is like the, and it's like the something something. But so it's
like
either
half
that
the movies
hold on.
ever.
It's either that
Wow.
movie. It's either that movie, which I don't remember the title. I'm not going to waste time trying to think of it, or it's Saving Private Ryan. I think he might have shot one, and then the other one came out.
He
first.
isn't Saving Private Ryan.
So I'm going to go Saving Private Ryan.
Wait, is this by release date or when they shot it?
Just I don't know, but like I think it might be the other one, but I don't know that title, so I'll go with my backup, which is Saving
Saving
Private
Private Ryan was after
Sure, yeah, whatever.
by release.
I just can't remember the name of the prep school movie that
Right.
someone committed suicide in.
Something ties.
Well,
Something ties.
I'll tell you guys, it doesn't matter because his first credited role was in Mystic Pizza.
All right, we're both wrong.
What was the
was
name
it
of that movie?
The
by
Mystic Pizza?
No, just Mystic Pizza. He played Steamer.
School ties.
School
The way? Is
Ties.
it called School Ties?
It's
School
just called
Ties.
School Ties.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right, no points awarded.
Wow.
Who is Matt Damon's female co-star in The Adjustment Bureau?
Oh my God.
I know this one.
I barely remember that movie at all. They're just running around a city
Is
indoors that don't make sense.
it Scotty? Because I'm bad with names, but maybe you can pull the name I'm thinking of. The new Mary Poppins. What's her name? Emily Blunt. Is it
Blunt?
Emily
I don't
Blunt?
think it's Emily Blunt.
You don't think she was in Adjustment Bureau?
I don't.
What about the girl in the Underworld movies?
Underworld.
Just world.
Underworld. Oh man, what is her name? I've only seen the first 2 of those.
Rachel something? No, that's
Evan
Rachel
Wood?
Weisz. It's not Rachel Weisz, right? She's not in Adjustment Bureau.
I don't think so. It's probably going to be one of these names, and I'm like, I don't think so.
I kind of wish I had seen Adjustment Bureau more than once and more recently than. Are you Morse coding? You're blinking to me. That's weird. Don't
Rachel
do that.
Blunt.
Rachel Blunt? No, I doubt it.
No, wasn't that
Rachel Woods? Rachel Woods?
Rachel Evan Woods?
Rachel Evan Woods. Let's go with that. We don't have a better answer than Rachel
I'm
Evan
down
Woods.
for it.
Incorrect.
It's Emily Blunt. It's Emily
It
Blunt.
Is it
Emily
really?
Blunt. It's Emily
Yeah.
Blunt.
No.
That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, James,
Scotty.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be on this show.
Yeah, it's Emily Blunt.
I was totally on the right path. You talked me out of it.
Next time, I'll defer to your good judgment.
Mary Poppins. In the flesh.
Dang.
That's fine.
Nice
I'm gonna
job.
I
get them all
don't
wrong.
remember her being in that movie at all. I feel like that movie would be much more memorable if she was in it.
Oh,
Oh,
for the
she's all
record, I
over
don't
that
remember her
movie.
being in it. I was just trying to pull a name that I thought of somebody that might have been in it because of the time
Makes sense.
period and things like that.
That was the right time, yeah.
yeah.
I thought you were going to say Rachel McAdams, which I thought would
Well, that'd be a good guess. Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it was Emily.
That would have
I
been a
coulda
good.
gotten there.
All right. Name the Marvel movies Matt Damon has been in.
The Thor movies. He's been
Thor
I think only the
Ragnarok?
Thor movies. So Ragnarok and the most recent one, Love and Thunder, he's in. And the question is he in Dark World as well? The second one. I know he's not in the first one, but maybe
Is
in the
he-
second, third, and fourth.
Just real quick, is he in any like legacy movies pre Iron Man?
Are we talking MCU movies or Marvel movies in general?
He said Marvel movies.
We can say MCU.
MC.
Okay.
Pretty sure he only made the Thor movies, made it into the Thor movies. And I'm 75% sure it's only Ragnarok and Love and Thunder.
Feel you on that. I don't remember him being in Dark World.
I'm going to
Me neither.
retract that MCU statement.
Oh,
Great. Because he's in another one? Is that what you're saying, Kyle?
No,
Or
I
just to throw suspicion into the mix?
I'm just going to retract. My question is, name the Marvel movies. So I'm going to stick with my question.
Did he do that just to weird us out?
I don't know. I don't
know either.
I mean, I can't think of another Marvel movie that he's in. I'm thinking like X-Men movies, Fantastic Four movies, Spider-Man movies.
Nope. He's not in any of those.
He's in like Ghost Rider or something.
I mean, I don't remember those movies, but I
Me
can't
either.
imagine he's in those.
There's a Punisher movie. What else?
I don't think he's in the Punisher movies.
Mm-hmm.
I say we stick with Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder.
All right, I'm gonna go with you this time because I led us astray last time.
Kyle, hit us.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Zach.
Okay, I think he was in Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder. And I'm actually curious
What else?
if Adjustment Bureau is a Marvel comic. Somebody guess.
Probably is.
Incorrect. I do not know if Justin Bureau is a Marvel comic. He is in.
So how do you know if it's incorrect?
Well, I just. He is in Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, and Deadpool 2.
Oh,
He is in Deadpool 2.
He plays.
he is totally in Deadpool too.
I wasn't sure if Deadpool's in the MCU or not, so that's why I retracted that statement.
Sure.
He is in the MCU.
Deadpool's in the MCU?
I mean, they haven't had him appear yet, but they've announced that he's in.
Yeah, he
Okay.
will be.
He is,
He
okay.
was not though when that movie was made. So
Yeah, I feel like Deadpool is in like the 20th Century Fox Marvel universe still.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a Jason Bourne question. Within 5, how many people has Jason Bourne killed on screen?
Within 5
Within
people?
5.
Or within 5
And that's
movies?
across all of the Jason Bourne
Across
films.
all 4 movies.
Mhm.
How many
people?
on-screen kills does he have? This is according to a website.
Like you can literally see them die, or will you assume they died?
This is according to a website that counted on-screen kills. So I'm going to assume that an on-screen kill means you see them die, not like a plane
Right.
crashed into something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to give you another hint. It is double digits.
It's double digits, but I don't think it's like insanely high. We're not talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger 80s movies here. We're talking, like maybe in the teens.
I mean, the only Bourne movie I remember is the first one, and in that movie, he spends 90% of it running away from people.
That's what I mean. Like I think it happens, but I don't think it happens a
Right.
ton. I think we're looking at like 12 to 15 over the course of 5 movies, and as they went on, there was more and more, but not a ridiculous amount.
Now, he said within 5, so if we go with 15, that covers us down to 10, up to 20.
Sure. Let's go with 15. Does that
15 is incorrect.
work? Zach,
I'm going to go 25.
you got a real help on this one.
That's
Right.
why.
With the 5-person
Ruled
buffer.
out a lot of numbers.
I'm going to go 25.
That's why Zach gets the half point. The answer is 28.
That's correct.
28.
28.
He kills
28.
4 in the first movie, 8 in the second, 10 in the third, and then goes back down to 6 for the last one. So he dials it back a little bit.
That's right. He's not even in the 4th one.
Right.
All right. This next one is going to be kind of category style. Zach, are you able to mute yourself?
I could take off my headphones,
Okay.
but James is in the room with me.
That's a very good point. Okay.
You could take off your headphones and plug your ears.
I'd still probably
You still probably
I
hear
mean,
it, yes.
It doesn't
I'll
plugging yours
whisper.
doesn't work as much as you think
I'll
it
whisper.
does.
There you
Should
go.
I do that?
Yeah, do it.
I have to
You do
plug
back
my
in the old
ears.
days of
Can
the
I just put on
podcast and just
headphones
leave the
listen?
room.
No, I'll just listen to something.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, don't do it, Zach. Not yet. Not yet. You have to hear the question first.
How come I don't get to listen?
Well, I'm gonna ask you the question, and then you can leave.
Well, how come I don't get to listen to them deliver?
Because there's going to be instructions for you. That's why. Okay.
Weird.
So
Oh man, so weird.
I need you guys to name as many movies that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have been in together. I'm gonna have James and Scotty. You guys can kind of talk it out and give me your list. Zach, you can write down your list. If Zach, your list is longer or is more correct than their list, I'll give you the point or the half point.
So it's still half a point.
It's still half a point.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the other one is I just ask you how many have they been in together, but that seems like a just random guess kind of thing. So
Okay.
So how about you come back in like a minute, Zach?
Sure.
You can sort of like look at James and he'll tell you to check it in or not. All right. So I need Matt Damon and Ben Affleck movies.
I'm waiting for Zach to get his music going.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, I'm gonna get it going. You get a point if you can guess what I'm gonna listen to.
I hope it's Cinereelists.
The Frozen soundtrack.
It's gonna be Jim Morrison.
It's gonna be
The Doors.
it's gonna be
I wish.
AI reading him the Matt Damon filmography.
Hey, we can hear that. That's
Totally
not in your
can hear that.
headphones.
Right now I can hear the laptop. So
We're getting claimed on YouTube right now.
Okay. All right, guys.
You can hear me. What's up with that? You can hear me whisper.
Start whispering. I'm listening to Lionel. I can't hear that.
I was expecting you guys to be in the same room when I wrote this this question. So
Right.
yeah.
Fair enough. There's Goodwill Hunting.
Of course, yeah. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Yep. Yeah.
Scotty, I'm going to need you just to repeat whatever James says, just so I can write things down.
Okay, yeah, we have Goodwill Hunting and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay.
That's my two. I'm spent, James. So
They're in Dogma.
Oh yeah, that's right, Dogma. This is the Kevin Smith crossover.
They're also in the second Jay and Silent Bob Rewind.
Reboot.
Reboot.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Right.
We're at 4.
And then there's a recent movie that they were both in, like, recently.
I love ASMR James.
This is so funny. Recent movie, okay. I don't have a clue.
Stop whispering, Zach.
All right. Do you guys have any more to add to your list?
I know there's one more. That's the reason I'm covering my face so Zach can't
Yeah.
read my lips.
No lip reading. One more that's recent.
I'm not gonna remember it, but I feel like there's one that like just came out.
I definitely don't know what it is, so.
Okay, let's move on. We got
Okay.
we got
4.
Okay, so here are the 4 that I have, just to confirm. Goodwill Hunting, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back,
Yep.
Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Was he in Argo?
Oh,
Was
we're
Matt
adding more
Damon
now.
in Argo?
I don't remember if he was in Argo.
I don't think he was, but I kind of feel
Yeah.
like he might have been.
Are you guys done?
I think they're
My
wrapping it
My
up here.
song's
Yeah.
almost
I
over.
think we're done.
Okay.
Okay, let's stick
Okay,
with
we're
4.
done.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna
That
go
was
with
fun.
what we had. Are you gonna ask Zach first before you reveal?
Yes.
Hello.
All right, Zach. So I have a list of movies that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have been in from Scotty
Okay.
and James. I need your list now.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna win this. Goodwill Hunting.
Okay.
Haven't seen this, but I think they play the scene from Goodwill Hunting and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay.
James is shaking his head.
I mean, they're in it, but it's not.
Oh,
they're
okay.
not playing the scene from.
Oh, they're not
Goodwill
playing the
Hunting.
scene from
No,
Goodwill Hunting. The bar
it's
scene?
It's the sequel.
The sequel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Goodwill Hunting 2 Hunting Season.
Hunting season.
Are we counting yet to be released films?
We are not. So you cannot say the Nike
because they're both
one.
in that Nike.
No,
That's what I was thinking of. Okay, that one's not out yet.
Can't say the
I
Nike
could tell you
one.
the name of that. Does that count?
No.
I don't remember if he's in it or not, but I'm gonna guess The Informant.
Okay.
I don't remember if he's in it.
I don't think he's in
Who's
that.
he?
But in Scatterlists, you can guess wrong things. They don't count against
Ben
Who's he?
Affleck is in it.
Or in categories, you can count.
Yeah, let's not help out Zach here. Let's let him just get his list going.
Thor Ragnarok. I'm gonna say maybe he's also in that.
Okay.
And that's
Nope.
my list.
All right. So you both
All
gave me
that
a list
whispering for nothing.
of 4. Zach's list of 4 is Good Will Hunting, which is correct. Silent Bob Strike Back, which is also correct. The Informant, which is incorrect. You do not believe Ben Affleck is not. Ben Affleck is not in that one. And Thor Ragnarok, also incorrect. Ben Affleck not in that one.
Okay.
So
I
Zach,
got
you
2.
gave me 2. James and Scotty also gave me Good Will Hunting and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They also gave me Dogma and the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which is correct.
Oh, those are separate things.
Yes.
And they're both
Yes.
in that.
They're
too?
both in that. Yep.
Do they do a Good Will
Yeah.
Hunting thing in that?
No, but they happen
Oh.
to be in the same movie.
So that's a point to James and Scotty.
All right.
Which I think is your first one for Matt Damon.
It is. It is.
I mean, if James had said Emily Blunt, we'd be fine.
The ones you guys did not name are Chasing Amy, The Third Wheel,
Oh,
Jersey
yeah.
Girl, and The Last Duel.
I didn't know
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
The Last
in
Duel.
Right,
Yeah.
the last
Jersey
duel.
Girl.
Yep.
But yeah, Last Duel.
Yep. All right.
There were way more Kevin Smith movies they were in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Kevin Smith, Matt Damon overlap between these two. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
all right. In what movie does Matt Damon sing the song Scotty Doesn't Know?
Euro Trip.
I agree.
Zach, is
We
that
need
correct?
punctuation. It's Euro Trip exclamation point.
It's just Euro Trip.
Nope. Nope.
That's correct.
The O is a road sign,
Yeah.
but no exclamation point.
Actually, yes, correct. All right. Matt Damon has died on screen 6 times in 6 separate movies. Name 2 of those movies.
Does Thor Ragnarok count?
No, because
I mean, he
that's a
did
play.
die on screen.
He does die
Okay.
on screen.
He doesn't die on screen. He dies.
Yeah, in the play, he dies.
In the play, he dies on screen.
That's
in the
not
play.
an actual death. You know, people don't die when they die in plays. Right?
I'm just
They actually
saying he
survive.
died. His character dies.
Don't ruin the movie
No,
magic,
his,
Zach.
His character then went to his home afterwards and slept for the
How
night.
do you know?
His character's character died.
Yes.
I don't remember that in the movie. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
Movies Matt
Matt
Damon,
Damon
has
dies.
died in.
Yep.
He dies in The Last Duel, doesn't he?
I haven't.
These
seen
are on-screen deaths.
You mean we don't count like years after the movie ends?
it.
These are
Like the
on-screen
character
deaths.
eventually will die.
Right.
So if it's a period piece, he dies in Dogma.
Okay. I don't remember that, but it's been a while for me on Dogma. So
They both get killed.
okay. I'm fine with that.
Wait, do they both get killed?
What are we supposed to how many are we supposed to come up with?
I need
2.
2 of the 6.
Let's go with Dogma. I like your first
Okay.
gut feeling. Let's see if we can come up with another one at least, even if we're wrong.
Right.
Did the guy in The Informant die?
No, he went to jail.
He never
No,
dies
he didn't
in
go
a
to jail.
he never dies
don't-
in a Bourne movie.
I haven't seen the last one, so he could die in that one.
He doesn't die in that one.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think so.
Mhm. Doesn't he die in Deadpool 2? Don't he and Brad Pitt get killed?
I don't remember, but I think it's the best answer we got. And
Okay.
it sounds like something they would do in Deadpool too. So we're going to go with those 2 answers. Dogma and Deadpool 2.
I like it.
Incorrect. Zach.
All right. I don't know if this counts as an on-screen death or not because we see all of in Thor Ragnarok.
Longest trivia game ever.
We see in Thor Ragnarok, right? The whole place get destroyed, and he's not one of the refugees that's saved.
I'm
But
talking
technically, we
on-screen
we
death.
watch him die. But I mean, like he's just a pixel.
You argued us out of Thor Ragnarok, and now you're going to try to argue
Well,
your way into
no,
it?
I'm joking because Kyle obviously is not including it. He keeps saying on-screen death, on-screen. But technically, he did die. in that.
Right, yeah.
Sure.
He's not on the
Okay.
ship. He's not on the
Yes.
ship.
Yeah, he's not on the ship. I just don't know. I don't remember the names of the movies that I think. Like I think he's on that one where remember where they shrink people?
Downsizing is the name of that movie. I'm going to help you out.
Oh, yeah.
Downsizing.
I think maybe he could die at the end of that. I'll say Downsizing and Dogma.
Incorrect.
Okay.
You guys are right on Dogma. The
Dogma
other
was
5 are The Brothers Grimm, The Departed, Elysium, Interstellar, or Suburbicon, which I think the one you guys were jumping around.
Interstellar and Elysium and Departed. We absolutely should have
Right.
thought of.
Like, pretty
I mean,
Yes.
those are Matt Damon
Yeah.
movies.
If I had his movies in front of me, I would.
for sure.
This game would be a lot
Yeah.
easier. Yeah.
For sure.
All right. No points given.
Bummer.
All right.
Okay, we're halfway through the game.
No. This is the last movie Matt Damon question.
Is this TV related?
No. Sorry, this is
No.
the last movie
Penultimate.
Matt Damon question.
Penultimate.
We still have the TV to do.
How many times has Matt Damon played a character named Loki?
Oh, man.
He does
Or
it.
how many
he
separate
does it
movies?
in Dogma
Yeah. And
Um,
Ragnarok.
and Ragnarok, so that's twice. And in Reboot, I'm pretty sure he's playing his character from Dogma because he cameos separately from Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck plays himself, and
Right,
he
yeah.
plays his character from Dogma. So I'm gonna say 3.
So 3?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Incorrect.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2 because I thought maybe he might have shown up in the actual Loki, but that's a TV show,
Mhm.
so it wouldn't be included in this question. So I'll say 2.
Also incorrect.
Oh.
He's in Thor Ragnarok. He plays Loki in the play. Thor Love and Thunder also plays Loki in the play. Dogma, character's named Loki. And the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, he plays
Okay.
Loki from Dogma movies.
Nice.
So we left off Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder was the one you guys missed, correct. All right, final Matt Damon
I
question.
think we should get points for that anyway.
Nope, not how it works. I'm
For getting it wrong, or what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so
If
too.
we're gonna get
I
three
think so.
quarters right, you get 0 points.
Yeah.
Right.
Last TV question.
Zach, you actually
wasn't where
lose.
he
I
in
was so
TV.
disappointed that you did worse than them. I took a point away from you on that one.
Oh,
No, I'm joking. All
Thank
right,
you. Thank you, Kyle.
your TV question. What is the name of the documentary TV series that Matt Damon produced?
Project Greenlight.
Is that your final answer?
Unless,
Sure.
unless Scotty's going to talk me out of it. Yes.
Nope.
That's our final answer.
No, I'm not.
Zach, do you agree?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's,
That's
correct.
correct.
Project Greenlight.
for sure. Well done, James.
All right.
Snatch
it.
victory out of the jaws of defeat.
All right. So after our Matt Damon round, Zach
Mhm.
has 5 points. Scotty also has 5 points. James, you have 7 points.
Woo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, James, here's your time to really bring the hammer down because we're getting
Okay.
to Kevin Smith trivia, and we're going to speed things up.
So either Scotty and I win or James wins.
Yeah,
because
one of
Scotty
the
and I
two.
will tie.
Correct. We could have a
Yeah.
co-winner, and there is no tiebreaker. So
I feel like I knew way more about Paul Rudd than he knew about Matt Damon.
Damon.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
If we need a tiebreaker, I think Scotty's going to be our winner here.
So it's me against the world, basically.
It's you against the world. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry in advance, Zach.
It's where you shine. I have seen a Kevin Smith movie, I believe.
Okay.
You've seen more than one Kevin Smith movie.
Oh, man.
All right.
Let's do this. Let's rank some movies.
Let's rank some movies. All right. This first question is closest to the pin, so you can both answer. How many times has Kevin Smith played or voiced a character named Silent Bob?
Okay.
In movies.
I don't know the answer
in
to
movies.
this. I don't know the answer to this.
In movies.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Closest
But I'll have a
to
guess.
the pin.
I have a guess.
So
What do you think?
there's 3 Clerks movies. I haven't seen the most recent one. There's Chasing Amy. There's Mallrats. There's Dogma. And then there's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. There's the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. That's 8.
That's 8.
Could that be it?
I'm good with 8.
All right, we'll go with 8.
James, this is closest to the pin.
I think it's 9.
I think it's 9. The answer is 11.
Oh,
So
That's correct.
James gets the point.
we should have threw one in for good measure.
What?
Yeah.
The one I had that they were missing was Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie. What
Yep.
else were we missing?
Oh,
Um,
I didn't realize they had done a movie with the show.
There's one called Drawing Flies where he plays
That's right. They
Yep.
they are Jay and Silent Bob in that. Yeah,
and Scream 3.
yeah. Okay, so it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the 2 that aren't really Kevin Smith movies. that I
Correct,
didn't
yes.
have.
Yeah. Yep, you got
Okay.
it. All right. What role did Kevin Smith play in Star Wars: The Force Awakens? He has a credited role. What is it?
In
role
The
did he
Force
play?
Awakens?
In The Force Awakens.
Was he the guy that like sold stuff at the or bought stuff from Ridley's at the market?
No,
place?
that's British guy. What's his name? It's not Kevin Smith.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the stormtrooper.
Nope, that's Daniel Craig.
Okay. What do you think it is?
I don't know. I didn't know he was in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking through like what alien characters are in it that could possibly be him. Or robots,
Was
I
he
guess.
was he that round robot? The roly-poly robot?
I don't think so.
That's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
Do you know the name of the roly-poly robot?
I should.
C BB-8.
BB-8, yeah. CBB-8. BBC-8. Yeah, I don't think he's BB-8.
Gonna need a guess.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We're not speeding this up, Zach. I mean, I can't think of anybody else that stands out.
Let's go BB-8.
All right, why not?
BB-8 is
Cer-
incorrect. James.
Honestly, I didn't know he was in Force Awakens at all, so I'm gonna guess he's, I don't know, probably a commander of some sorts. I don't know. I have no clue.
Is that your answer, a commander of some sort?
Commander, some
Sure.
sort.
Okay. Incorrect. He plays a
No.
stormtrooper.
He is a stormtrooper.
He's a stormtrooper. Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Do we know what stormtrooper or when?
It just says stormtrooper.
Hmm.
He might
All
be
right.
the other stormtrooper with Daniel Craig. There are 2 of them.
No, I think there's only one with Daniel Craig.
I don't remember.
He's by himself and he throws his gun on the floor.
All right. I'm going to
don't
give
remember.
you a list of 4 movies. I
Okay.
need you to tell me the one that Kevin Smith did not direct.
Sweet.
This will be easy.
Did he not direct Zack and Miri Make a Porno? Did he not direct Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie? Did he not direct Kilroy Was Here? Or did he not direct Moose Jaws?
Wow, I've never heard of Kilroy Was Here or Moose Jaws.
I haven't either. Kilroy Was Here. Isn't that the little cartoon that they would draw on like airplanes in World War II?
No idea.
I think it's Zack and Miri. Wasn't that a Judd Apatow?
No, he directed Zack and Miri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
It seems like the cartoon movie should be the like trick answer, right? Like he's in that, but he didn't direct it.
Oh, it could be the trick answer, or he wants us to think that movie doesn't exist, but we
'Cause-
know it does because James confirmed it.
Right. I don't think he directed the cartoon series.
What's the Moose Tracks one?
Moose Jaws.
Moose Jaws.
Is that a real? Do you think Kyle just made up a movie called Moose Jaws?
All 4 of these are real movies.
Right.
I thought he made it up. All right, I'm gonna let Scotty take the lead on this one.
Oh, dude, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. You saw what happened to James when I took the lead, right?
Yes, but I know you were purposely sabotaging him.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the other 2 are, so I want to go with the cartoon movie.
Because you don't know what the other 2 are?
Right, because they just seem so random and strange that
Why would he not direct something that has...
Because it's a
Jay and
cartoon.
Silent
Maybe he
Bob?
doesn't know how to direct cartoons.
I think he directed it.
Okay. Then you want to go with Moose Jaws?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine.
Moose Jaws?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
No.
Okay,
Sorry, Scotty.
Kyle,
That's all right.
I need some
all right.
clarification here, because I know for a fact that Kevin Smith did not direct Super Groovy Cartoon Movie, but
Okay.
I also know for a fact that Moose Jaws is not a movie that exists today. So
So he didn't
he
direct
didn't
it.
direct it.
I went off of the filmography of Kevin Smith on Wikipedia.
And I'll tell you that Moose Jaws is a movie he's wanted to make for quite a while, but it does not exist as it stands today.
Kyle, you got to do better research, man, than Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It might have an entry because he's talked about it so much on Wikipedia, but they haven't
bet on
filmed it yet.
I bet on IMDb it's not listed as a movie that he's...
It's probably in production or whatever,
production, yeah.
pre-production, because he's announced it multiple times, but it's not a thing yet. So my answer to what you think is the correct answer is Super Groovy Cartoon Movie, but also Moose Jaws doesn't exist.
Yep, I'm seeing right now that Moose Jaws is slated as 2023. So,
This
so
I
that
think
is
we're
a bad, but you are correct. The answer I was looking for is Jay and Silent Bob's Super Groovy Cartoon Movie.
okay.
So does James get the half point for that and we get 0?
I'm going to give everyone a half point.
Okay.
Which is no
It's a
points
wash.
at all.
So
So
kept my
it's a
big
wash.
mouth shut.
No, you have integrity. And it's
Integrity
that
is good.
integrity that's going to
Yeah.
bring you across the finish
Screw
line.
integrity.
Yeah, sorry. He is credited as director, and I did not click. There's no link to even click on it. It just said, "Oh, credit as director." So
Oh, you can't even click it?
no, because it doesn't exist apparently.
It doesn't.
I didn't get credit for my Paul Rudd, Amy Poehler TV movie either. So
You should have. You were robbed.
All right. Well, here's maybe a little easier one.
Okay.
Name the name.
maybe.
What is the name or names of the 2 clerks from the Clerks movies? I just need their first names.
That's on you, Scotty. I have no idea.
Oh, snap. I haven't seen a Clerks movie in such a long time.
Yeah. I have no clue. I'm thinking
Oh.
Michael and Kevin.
Randall is the guy who works at the video store part.
That's a great guess.
Dante and Randall.
Is that your final answer?
Final
Yeah,
answer,
let's
yes.
do it.
Dante and Randall's correct.
Oh,
Wow.
that was a pull.
Amazing.
That was a pull.
Scotty, amazing. MVP.
Maybe the easiest Clerks question you can ask.
That was a really easy Clerks
Well,
question.
you gotta mix it. They can all be.
That's pretty good.
What movie
Sure,
that
sure.
doesn't exist did he not direct? So
Such an easy question, really hard for me to remember.
Well, I mean, if you don't really think about the Clerks movie very often, I could see how
Sure.
that would be. You did pull that from the depths, but
James, is there any chance I can plug in my laptop with your
Yeah.
cord?
you're getting near it.
I'm getting
Oh,
near
this
it.
is-
The question is, will it power? Because this is USB-C.
It will. It will.
tech support on the fly.
Right?
Zach, you didn't bring your own power cord over with you?
He didn't expect this to be a 4-hour epic.
Yeah, I
so.
didn't expect this.
Right, yeah.
But you
A
don't
lot
bring your
happening
power
here.
cord with you.
I didn't know because my battery lasts for a long time.
Well, not long enough apparently.
All right, hit us.
All right. Kevin Smith is an
Mhm.
uncredited writer on 3 movies. I'm going to name 4 movies. Tell me which one he is not an uncredited writer on.
Does that mean he could be credited or he just didn't write at all?
Didn't write at all.
Didn't read it all. Okay.
Coyote Ugly, Live Free or Die Hard, Fanboys, or Good Will Hunting? Which one is he not an uncredited writer?
He's probably on Fanboys. Live Free or Die Hard, doesn't he play a character in that movie?
Yeah, he's in that movie.
It's like the hacker guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if he ad-libs, does he get uncredited writer?
I mean, maybe. It seems unlikely that he'd be involved in a project and not be behind the scenes in some way. I mean, he's Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Coyote kind of came out at the time of when he was, helping to write these things.
Right, for sure. Got some heart to it.
Good Will Hunting, I know he was a part of, like, getting the movie made.
Okay.
And James thinks that he wrote Good Will Hunting.
I think he helped write it, yes. I don't think he wrote it himself.
So, oh, man. Maybe it's Live Free or Die Hard.
Maybe it's just that he's in that one, and that's the connection.
Right, but he didn't actually do anything.
Came up with that movie.
Right.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Kyle?
Incorrect.
Can you give me the options again?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Coyote Ugly, Live Free or Die Hard, Fanboys, or Good Will Hunting?
Man, I am not sure about Fanboys. Doesn't Jay and Silent Bob appear in Fanboys too?
Are you asking me?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
Do they?
I'll look it up while you answer.
Or maybe Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes appear, but I think they appear somehow in that movie.
Kevin
barely
Smith and
remember
Jason
that
Mewes.
movie.
Show up in Fanboys, yeah.
But I think it's as Jay and Silent Bob.
I think so too. I think that's another Jay and Bob. But I don't think they had any other involvement other than they did it as a favor.
Yeah, they're in Fanboys.
Right. But I don't think they have other involvement.
And the Flash.
He directed episodes of The Flash.
Clerks animated series.
Right. Shh. I'm trying to talk this out. The only movie
like
that
you're
you mentioned
cheating.
that I don't
I feel like we should stop Googling things.
I don't think, stop Googling things. That I don't think I've ever heard Kevin Smith mention being involved with at all is Coyote Ugly. All the other ones I've heard him mentioning at least some kind of involvement, or I know there was some kind of involvement. So never heard him associate with Coyote Ugly. If he is, I'm amazed that he's never talked about it because he talks about everything over and over and over again. So Coyote Ugly.
Well, according to Wikipedia,
Good Will Hunting?
Kevin Smith is uncredited on 3 of those movies and does not have a writing, even uncredited, on Good Will Hunting. He is a co-executive producer.
Yes.
But he is not listed as uncredited as a writer.
So he is listed as an uncredited writer on Coyote Ugly.
And Live Free or Die Hard and Fanboys.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wild.
What does it mean to be credited as an uncredited writer?
I mean, I think it
means
needs to be like in your bio. Like
people talk about it.
Yeah. Like
I think it
uncredited means
means-
you're not in the credits, obviously.
Yeah, the movie came out, you weren't in the credits, and then later people were like, but you worked on it, right? And they're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's on IMDb that you worked on it. even though
Now,
it's-
I'll give you that being the co-EP of Good Will Hunting very well could mean he was an uncredited writer also.
I mean, 100%. All 3 of them have told stories
Yeah.
about him giving them notes on the script. So I don't know.
But what defines unrecord?
I don't know what.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the question. And I mean, watch Good Will Hunting and then watch Kevin Smith movies, and you tell me they either soaked in his style, which is possible. They were in a lot of Kevin Smith movies.
This is the main thing that I don't understand about your argument is Kevin Smith movies and Good Will Hunting. I don't see any common DNA in the writing. That's what I don't understand from you.
No, I mean, everyone knows that in Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon doesn't say a single word. Ben Affleck does all the talking.
No. If you
It's the same thing.
if you watch like the dialogue scenes from both of those movies, there's a rhythm and an over wordiness to both of them that is Kevin Smith's style. It's done. They do Kevin Smith better in Good Will Hunting than Kevin Smith ever did in any of his movies. I'll give you that. But
I'm
it's
going to
very
go with James
similar.
on this.
Very
I
similar.
do think it's similar. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a mashup video where you just cut between them, and I see similarities.
Just watch
in, like, the
Clerks and
style.
Chasing Amy, his first 2 movies, and then watch Good Will Hunting, and you'll be like, "Yep, I see the influence one way or another."
Maybe.
But Good Will Hunting is far better than Clerks and Chasing Amy, in my opinion. So, all right, hit us with another one, Kyle.
All right. I'm going to need this number on the button. How many live action movies are in the View Askew-niverse?
Oh
gosh.
All right. So I mentioned the ones. So we've got Clerks, Chasing Amy, Mallrats, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and Clerks 3. That's 8.
Yeah, but weren't Jay and Silent Bob in 11 movies?
Yeah, but 2 of them, they just played those characters, and the cartoon one doesn't count.
Okay, so we want to go 8?
Hang on. That's still E. Ugh. I think for the sake of time, we go 8.
Okay.
8?
Yeah.
8 is correct.
Correct.
Got it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Interessante.
Nice. Oh, this is a tight game.
Oh, boy.
All right. So this is going to be another...
Just think, guys, we got a whole nother game after this.
This is going to be another closest to the pin, but I'm going to need
Okay.
answers at the same time. So I can't have James think about his answer afterwards.
Okay.
So James, you got to kind of think about this answer.
All right, I'll do that.
How many words does Silent Bob speak in the movie Clerks?
Do you need me to guess? Is that what we're waiting for?
No, I think
No,
I
I
think
need,
it's
I need, I
20.
need,
Well, then
I need,
guess.
I need the duo to guess first. But James, I need you
Scotty, I
to
have
not
no
be
idea.
influenced.
I'm
by their
ready.
Guess.
I have an answer. I'm not going
I
to change
would
it.
guess that it's 0, but Scotty, you seem like you're counting words right now.
Hang on. Sorry.
This is good radio.
Scotty is counting in his head.
25.
Not out loud. Okay, he says 25.
25. Okay.
James?
I feel like it's 0. I'm going to go with 0. Is this closest to pin?
Closest to the pin. Yep.
0.
Okay. The correct answer is 28.
Oh, wow.
28.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
I don't remember him breaking his silence in Clerks, but evidently
He
does.
says something like, there's a lot of fine-looking women in the world. Most of them don't bring you lasagna at work. Most of them just cheat on you. Something like that.
That's almost verbatim. You know, there's a million fine-looking
Wow.
women in the world, dude. But they don't all bring you lasagna at work. Most of them just cheat on you.
There we go.
It's probably and dude. Okay, that's awesome.
Who's the
Scotty.
Kevin
Wow.
Smith
Amazing.
super fan here?
Wow, I
Jeez.
know.
First
No.
Dante and Randall, now he's quoting the movie.
Yeah, within margin of error.
I mean,
Right.
I watched Clerks quite a few times in college. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, and then I saw Mallrats, and I was like, okay, well, I need to watch Clerks more times,
That's how cult movies work. You have to watch
Exactly.
them over and over and over.
over and over and
Yeah.
over again. So I've seen it, multiple viewings, but it's been a while.
This is an easy one.
Too late, James.
Nope, not too late.
Way too late.
It's
James.
been a while.
All right, Kyle. Remember speed game.
Oh, I'm trying. This is the last movie question.
Okay.
Name the actor that plays Jay.
Jason Mewes?
Correct!
Yep, Jason Mewes.
That
And
was
for our
easy.
final
Yeah,
TV
very.
question. In Clerks, the
Positive
animated
confidence.
series, what do Jay and Silent Bob sell behind the quick stop?
Oh, man.
I don't know.
I don't remember that show at all,
They
except for them
peddle
walking
something.
sideways across the thing. I mean, I'm going to say weed because it seems like they're always selling weed.
That's a good answer.
Okay, weed for a ABC family sitcom. Incorrect. No, not weed.
James.
I don't remember what it was. It's definitely not weed or drugs or anything that you couldn't do on ABC. But I don't
I didn't
remember what
realize
it
it
is.
was on ABC.
That's why it didn't last because
Yeah.
they tamed it quite a bit. I would say, just because I'm having to guess, I don't know, caffeine pills or something. I give up.
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a great game. I really like the cleverness of like two people working together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
super fun.
That's a great mechanic.
Thank you. Well, I didn't want it just to be rattling off trivia. So I figured if the non-super fans got to like talk it out, it'd be
Love
more
it.
fun to listen to. I have
I
a
liked
final
it.
score.
Okay.
I hope it matches Zach's final score.
We'll see.
I have James with 7.5 points.
Ooh, I had him at 8.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter because I have Zach and Scotty at 9 points.
I had us at 9.5.
Somehow Zach had a half
The
point.
half point wash.
At a half-
Did you forget about the half point you gave all of us?
Oh, I probably left off the half point game all of you guys. Yes.
Okay.
There we
Okay.
go.
Those were official.
Okay, because I think I said
Fair
because
enough.
it's a wash. All right, so there we go. I'm going to declare Scotty the
No,
winner
no.
overall,
Absolutely. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
based
No
both
way.
on his Paul Rudd
100%.
and his Kevin Smith trivia knowledge.
For sure. He definitely he knew nothing about Matt Damon. at
Right,
all,
Matt Damon,
but
he
Nothing.
was
Nothing at all. Or
But he was
Emily
more-
Blunt, for that matter.
more well-rounded in general, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Scotty, congratulations on your win, and
Scotty does know.
Zach,
Thank you. I'll send you
Good
my
job.
address for the check.
yeah,
Yeah, I will,
definitely. James will get that to you right away.
No problem. That's what Patreon's for.
That's amazing. Well, are you guys up for another game? I mean, my game is very Ant-Man and the Wasp specific, so it makes sense to go in this
Do
episode.
you think it'll be an epic, or do you think we can do it in a decent amount of time?
I can modify the rules so that instead of you all answer each question, we just take turns.
Sure.
Okay.
let's
Is
do
this
that.
going to
I'm fine with that.
spoil the new movie? Should I duck out?
No.
It will not.
Question
I will-
1: Who dies in
think it'd
Quantumania?
No.
Oh, now Scotty knows somebody dies in it. That's messed up.
I mean, everyone dies. Everyone.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's an apocalyptic movie. Yeah, they just don't do it on screen.
Okay, let me figure this out. Okay. All right. This game is called Ant-Man or the Wasp.
Or the Wasp.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ant-Man or the
Ant
Wasp.
Dash Man or just Ant Man?
Ant, comma, man, comma, or wasp.
Ah,
Ant
I have
Man
a-
or Wasp?
Yes, I have fun trivia facts about ants, men, and wasps.
Okay.
And you have to say, is this a fun fact about an ant, a man, or a wasp?
did you
Okay.
All right. all
click
right.
every link on Wikipedia to verify the accuracy of these trivia questions?
I did not use Wikipedia. I will tell you my source, and you can judge
Use-
your answer based on the
Used
source.
IMDb.
I asked ChatGPT
Oh, great.
Great.
to tell me fun, obscure facts
Oh,
about
man.
ants, humans, and wasps. Now, some of these arguably could be true for multiple entities. However,
Mm.
this is your clue is that it's a fun, obscure fact about them.
Okay.
Okay. So if it says like, they live in houses, that's not necessarily a fun, obscure fact about a human.
It could be.
That's a clue. Okay.
All right.
That's a clue. All right. So instead of you all answering the same questions, you're all going to go round robin. Okay.
Perfect.
So,
Great.
Scotty,
Oh.
ant, man, or wasp can be found on every continent in the world except Antarctica.
Ants.
That's correct. Kyle,
Yep.
some use pebbles to weigh down leaves to expose caterpillars hiding inside.
I'm going to say wasps.
That's correct. Oh, you guys are going to kill this game.
I do
Well-
that all the time. So could that be for man?
It could be, but is that fun? Okay. James
No.
can navigate using the position of the sun, landmarks, and even the Earth's magnetic field.
I mean, man can do that, but probably so can ants.
That's correct. Great job, guys. All right, Scotty.
Yeah.
Their brain is 2% of their body weight.
Man.
That's correct. Well done.
Wow, we are really smart.
Yeah, you guys are
Seriously.
great.
Are much better at this than Matt Damon trivia.
Kyle, have been known to engage in wars where they use tactics such as raiding, stealing, or assassination.
That's got to be ants.
That is ant.
Yeah, it's totally.
Absolutely. You guys are doing
I
awesome.
heard a podcast about that.
All right,
Yes.
James. They can go 11 days without sleeping.
11 days? Well, it's
Yeah.
not man. So it's either wasps or ants. We haven't had any wasp questions in here yet, have we? Has anybody said wasp yet?
Yeah,
there's been
they
a
use
wasp.
stones to
Oh.
weigh
The
down
pebbles,
leaves to expose
the pebbles,
caterpillars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How about I don't know if it's ants or wasps. Ants are pretty hardworking though, but so are wasps. So I'm gonna go just based on how many questions we've had about each. Wasps.
I'm sorry, it's
No.
Man.
The world record for lack of
11
sleep,
days?
11
Wow.
days.
Okay, so can go was not like an average. It was like
Not
it was
an
like
average.
the longest
Capable
person
of-
a
Yeah,
man's
they're-
ever gone.
Able to go, yeah. It's like how far have humans traveled? The moon, right? I mean,
Sure.
you don't go the average.
Right, but when you
distance.
ask people how deep do dolphins dive, you're not going by the deepest a dolphin has ever dove.
if you asked how deep could a dolphin dive,
Right, but that's different.
you would go deepest.
than
Well,
what
I
you
asked-
asked.
They can. How long can they go without sleeping? They can go 11 days. Anyways,
What do you mean by they?
James is upset. Okay, Scotty, they can detect over 1 trillion different scents.
Ants.
I'm sorry, that's
No.
incorrect. It's man.
Oh man. Okay. Well.
We're diving. We're dive bombing here, Kyle. You
Yeah.
better get one right.
Kyle,
Yeah.
can jump several times their body length.
Ants.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well done. James, their bones are ounce for ounce stronger than steel.
I'm gonna go with ants.
I'm sorry, it's
No.
man.
Bones.
Ants don't have bones.
Bones.
Oh, that's
Ants don't
true.
have bones.
I thought you
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
I thought you were talking like metaphorically.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scotty has a metapleural gland that produces powerful antimicrobial substance that helps keep them clean and disease free.
Man.
I'm sorry, that's an ant.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No.
Kyle,
Oh,
there are over
geez.
30,000 identified species worldwide, and scientists believe there could be up to 100,000 more waiting to be discovered.
Ants.
No, I'm sorry, it's
No.
wasps.
Okay.
Wasps. James,
Yes.
known to form super colonies with multiple queens and millions of individuals that span thousands of miles.
Humans.
Scotty,
Yeah.
will use their own bodies as bridges to help the colony move across gaps in their environment.
Ants.
Yes. You know it. Kyle produces an average of 25,000 quarts of saliva in their lifetime.
Humans.
Yes, man. We're looking for man.
Man.
Sorry.
James,
Yes.
capable of farming and will cultivate and care for certain types of fungus for food.
Man,
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Ant.
men can definitely do that, but
Yeah, but ChatGPT didn't think that was a fun, obscure fact about.
I
man.
think it's pretty fun.
Is it okay? I agree. Scotty, their total weight for all of them in the world is more than the other two.
What?
The total weight of this thing is more than the other two's total weight.
I'm gonna go ant.
That's correct.
A weird question.
That is so weird.
Kyle, their heart beats 100,000 times a day.
Man.
Man, that's correct. Yeah. James will make and use tools such as using sand to dig tunnels and using leaves as umbrellas.
Pretty sure ants and man can do this,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go with ants.
ants. That's correct. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Scotty. Some can spin silk, which they use to build nests or cocoon their prey.
Let's go with wasps.
It is
No.
wasp, absolutely.
Oh.
Kyle can fly at speeds of up to 25 miles per hour.
Wasp.
That is a wasp.
Men
yes.
can do that too.
James,
Yeah.
on average, right? James, some species have vibrant colors like blue, green, or purple.
Man. Oh, sorry.
This is James.
I don't think wasps have different colors, so maybe ants.
I'm sorry, it's wasps.
No.
Scotty.
Yep.
Have two stomachs, one for storing food for themselves and one for sharing with others.
Ants?
Period.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh,
Period.
you guys don't have two stomachs?
Ants.
And are you guys hungry?
Kyle, they produce tears of emotion.
Ooh, we'll say
wow.
wasps.
No, it's man.
Oh, it's human. Okay.
No.
I can't believe what.
You know that a
evidently
chat
Kyle
GP
never cries.
You know that a
It's two
chatbot.
stomachs.
That's because he has
wrote
two
that,
stomachs.
It produces tears of emotion.
James, some are social and live in large groups, and others are solitary and live alone.
It's not ants. I don't know much about wasps, but I'm pretty sure they're like a colony insect type, and so I'm going to say man.
Wasps.
No.
Scotty
Oh crap.
Yeah.
can change colors to blend into their surroundings.
Wasps.
That's correct. Kyle, the largest one in the world can reach up to 2 inches in length.
That's gotta be an ant.
No, I'm sorry, it's
It's
a
a
wasp.
wasp.
No.
James can swim underwater for 24 hours at most.
Whoa.
Underwater?
Underwater for 24 hours.
I don't think that's a wasp.
Okay.
Maybe it's an ant.
Okay.
Definitely not. A human can't swim underwater for 24 hours unless they with like oxygen gear, or you mean like one breath?
It didn't mention oxygen.
Okay, then I'm going to say ants.
Ants is correct. All right, Scotty. The strongest muscle in their body is the masseter, which is used for chewing.
Let's go with ant.
No, it's a man.
No.
Okay. Well,
Kyle. Some are parasitic and lay their eggs on other insects or spiders.
Wasp.
That's correct. James can carry objects up to 50 times their body weight.
Ants.
That's correct. Scotty.
mm-hmm.
Some will enslave others and force them to do work.
This was a
We
fun
don't-
fact. According
we
to
don't
Chat
do that
GPT.
anymore.
Yeah, this is fun and obscure,
Obscure
fact.
fact.
I'll go with
Yeah.
man, but it seems.
No, it's ant. Sorry.
All right.
No.
Well,
It's not a fun fact about man. Okay.
it's not fun at all.
Their brain produces enough energy to power a small light bulb.
Man.
That's correct. James
What?
can recognize human faces and remember them for several months.
Wasp.
Yeah, it's wasp. Yeah. They're
Yes, it is.
vindictive.
Whoa.
Scotty have over 100,000 hairs on their head alone on average.
Let's go with man.
That's correct. Kyle, their eye can distinguish about 10 million different colors.
Their eye. Not eyes.
Their eye.
Their eyes.
Their eye. Wasp.
No, man.
No.
Yes.
James.
How many do we have
They
left?
This is the last
Okay,
one.
great.
I really need you to
Awesome.
Oh,
I really need you to focus on this,
All
okay?
right, I'm ready.
get it.
Hit me.
They live in colonies
Uh-huh.
with a queen.
Ants.
Ants, that's correct. All right, guys, you did fantastic at Ant-Man or the Wasp. And is anyone curious who won?
I am.
Let's do it.
I think there's going to be a clear winner, honestly. Let me add these up real quick.
Man one.
Man. Wasp one.
Okay. Scotty got 8.
All right.
Kyle got 9. And James got 6. So Kyle's the winner.
Kyle's the winner. Nice.
Well done.
Zach, I'm gonna need you to go back and like correlate these responses. Like, how many did we get right of each one?
Oh, yeah. Which animal do you know the
which
best?
is the
Yeah,
best?
right?
Yeah.
I could very easily do that.
No, don't do that right now.
Already done. You guys know very little about wasps. Very little.
Because they're always changing color.
They are. Absolutely. Well, thank you for listening to this episode 571 of the Cinereelists. We appreciate your listenership. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to listen to the spoiler discussion for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, then click the link in the description. And if you're just listening on a podcast and you want to hear that exact same spoiler discussion, just keep listening. We'll be back after the outro music. Also, don't forget, Go check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/Cinereelists. Leave us an Apple Podcast review. We'd appreciate that. Or you can send us a listener email to heyguys@cinereelists.com. You could also follow us on social media on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter @Cinereelists. Or you could follow me on my personal Twitter or Letterboxd account @YoJRB.
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd @Shaban.
You can find me on Letterboxd @PeterSKB.
Scotty, where can the listeners find you online?
Let's do Letterboxd. Go Deluxe. SEO Deluxe.
Perfect. We'll have a link to Scotty's Letterboxd as well in the description. Thanks for coming on, Scotty. This was fun.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me, even though I didn't get to see the movie this weekend.
Absolutely.
What can you do?
You know.
Thanks for playing trivia with us, though.
Life.
Yes,
it happens. Next week, we are just going to be a couple guys talking women talking. That's the plan. We're going to talk a lot of women talking. I've seen the movie. Favorite movie of the year.
Oh, okay, cool.
2023, not 2020.
Okay. Nice.
Favorite movie you've seen this year, then.
I don't know if that's true, to be honest. I'm just saying that to say it because I'm extremely woke. Let's get out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep it cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.